The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Feel the Beat Thursday, August 18th, 2022. And this sports show starts with some breaking news!
Here we go, baby.
That's right, here we go, baby, into some breaking news. The NFL and the NFLPA, more specifically the NFLPA lawyers that are representing Deshaun Watson in this entire appeal case with the NFL. Originally, it was 6 games. Originally, the world went bananas. Then there was an appeal from the NFL. Roger Goodell appointed the DA, I think, from New Jersey to look into this. Roger Goodell was on the record as saying that the judge, Sue L. Robinson, in her first time representing the NFL court, she said that it was obvious numerous violations, and he even said the word predatory behaviors. It was non-violent, though, which is why it was 6 games in Sue L. Robinson's mind, but Roger Goodell and the NFL were very public and said that ain't enough, and so was most of the public opinion. So we didn't know what was going to take place. Would it be a year? Because that's what the NFL had been pushing for all along, and the judge that was listening to the appeal was appointed by the NFL, so you would assume that the NFL knows what the judge is going to do. So that maybe was the reason why the NFLPA wanted to strike a deal immensely and quickly with the NFL. They have done as such as of this morning. Deshaun Watson will be suspended 11 games, 12 weeks, and fined $5 million. This is official as of this morning. A deal was struck between the NFL and the NFLPA. The disciplinary settlement will now be 11 games, 12 weeks, because the bye's in there, and a $5 million fine, which is half the salary that he made last season. Now, you put the 12 weeks game checks that he will miss. That's an additional $666,666.
Oh, really?
Interesting number. So it's a $5.666 million fine, inevitably. 11 games, 12 weeks. And his first game back will be in Houston against the Texans.
Really?
A lot of things have happened here that's going to make a lot of people say, this sounds like a fucking work. His first game back will be in Houston against the Texans. Obviously, the team that he said, I don't want to play here anymore. And then bang, like 20-some lawsuits and allegations came not only against Deshaun, but also the Houston Texans and everything they got going on. The city of Houston had to go through an entire rebuild. Deshaun goes from once being an MVP candidate for the Houston Texans and playing in playoff games and becoming a dominant team in the AFC South, winning a couple games that are big time, to we got a new quarterback, Jack Easterby's making a bunch of decisions, and we have no team at all. JJ's out of here, D-Hop's out of here, Deshaun's out of here, and it all kind of happened like that. Well, don't you worry, Houston. An incredible fan base, loud fan base. I've got a chance to experience it, as has a man who's in the studio with us today, at Darius J. Butler, has gotten a chance to experience it on Thursday night primetime game. Colts, a game that matters. Those fans are fucking loud. That stadium is fucking loud. That stadium has the capability to be problematic, and we assume there's going to be some things said to Deshaun, not only in that stadium, but for the rest of the season. I don't know how the world has reacted. I assume everybody thinks that that isn't enough of a punishment, that would already think that it wouldn't be enough punishment for him to ever be able to play football again. And then there's probably a crowd of people that are excited the decision has been made, and we can move past that and not have to talk about it. We'll dive in with that, with Feel the Beat, with Mary Kay Cabot.
Cabot.
Mary Kay Cabot.
I think it's Cabot, but who knows?
It's Cabot.
Mary Kay Cabot. Legend, okay? Legend writer for Cleveland.com, also an analyst for WKYC-TV. She's a Hall of Fame voter and has been almost all the information coming out of Cleveland that we have talked about over the last year or two.
Right.
She'll be on Feel the Beat. We'll talk to her about what's going on in Cleveland at 12:50. Also on Feel the Beat, Mark Kabul.
Here we go.
Also in Field of Beat, Matt Schneidman, Green Bay Packers. He revealed a piece of information about that Nicolas Cage head that is in Aaron Rodgers' locker room yesterday. We'll have to talk to him about that. A.J. Hawk was involved.
Yes, he was.
Yep, he was.
What do you know?
Of course.
That's weird. He didn't say.
Yeah, he sent a head to the current MVP quarterback.
Right.
Obviously, he and his wife did that. Sheena Quick of Carolina, she'll be joining us yet again. She is at the current joint practice between the Panthers and the Patriots, which there's been a lot of fights.
Oh, yeah.
Rumbling.
Schneidman, obviously, with the Packers conversation is, will these wide receivers start doing the right things? Mark Caboli, Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett's now number 2 quarterback. His quarterback that he likes, Mason, has now been dropped down to 3. What's it like over there? And Mary Kay about Cleveland. In the second hour, Dan Orlovsky will join us on his birthday. Happy birthday, Dan. We'll be nice to him. It's his birthday.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
We'll see.
Antoine Bethea joins us in the third hour. He played for 14 years in the NFL.
It's a long time.
At safety. He also co-hosts a show with the man who's in the studio I mentioned earlier, Darius Butler, called the Man to Man Podcast. Can't wait to chat with him. Talks to tables here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here. Darius, it's great to have you here for another day, pal.
Hey, great to be here, man.
Got Orlovsky and your college teammate in
Yep.
here on his birthday. Got Antoine Bethea coming in. Obviously, we'll have a lot to chat about with them and how close your connection is to them. But let's talk about this Deshaun Watson punishment. 11 games, 12 weeks, bye weeks in the first quarter, or whatever it is. $666,666 game checks amount of miss because of the $1 million salary that was negotiated by Dave Mulligata, who might be the greatest negotiator in the history of negotiating. Deshaun Watson gets the largest contract with the largest guaranteed money in the history of the NFL at $230 million. After all this has been kind of laid out and in the process of it. Now that we know what the punishment is, now that we know how long he'll be missing, what do you think this means for Deshaun and the Browns as a whole? Do you think the Browns are able to kind of wade water until Deshaun gets back? And do you think this is the end of this whole thing?
Yeah. I mean, obviously for Deshaun, this is something he's probably going to have to live with, definitely the rest of his career, probably the rest of his life, probably stick with them. But as far as the Browns go, and even Deshaun, I'm sure even with the suspension probably been longer than he wanted or expected, kind of everybody can say, okay, now we know what it is. Now everyone can kind of move forward in a sense. The Browns, they know, hey, we're going with Jacoby for the first 11 games at least. And then I think they'll be all right, though. We talked about it before, how that team is built. They're built to kind of protect that quarterback position. And once again, Jacoby's not a schlap. Like, he can play ball. He's been in this league for a long time.
He isn't a schlappy.
He knows how to play ball. So, good team, good offense, good defense. Andrew Berry's done a great job putting that team together. So hopefully, everyone can move forward at this point.
Deshaun heard Duval and Jacksonville. Obviously Jacksonville is Jacksonville. Peterson's going to turn it around. Hey, Trevor Lawrence is unbelievable.
Come on, huge step.
That Houston Stadium, Week 13.
Oh my God. It's going to be wild.
I don't know. You just got to hope that they look back and they say, if you're Deshaun, you got to hope that the crowd looks back and they say, Deshaun brought us a lot of happiness. He played a lot of really good football for us on this team. And Deshaun, I bet is hoping let's hope they've just forgot about everything that has happened.
Sure.
Dude,
Sure
doesn't it feel like a work, Ty? This feels like a work. Comes back first game in Houston, gets fined $666,666 in game checks.
Right.
I mean, doesn't it feel like a work almost in this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone always talks
feels like
about
a
how
work.
the NFL is, the best form of reality TV. Like, this feels like a manufactured, like, wait till you see the fucking storyline we got for Week 13, baby. Oh, my God. Mid-season finale. It's going to be unbelievable. It is kind of crazy. And you mentioned it earlier. I guess, like, in terms of when we'll stop talking about it, like, do you think it will be,
Week 13, it's all the way back.
That's what I'm saying. And I guess if he balls out and goes on and, like, then it kind of, gets talked about less because the NFL wants to move on as quick as possible. But, like, Week 13 next year, like, I feel like we're still, like, people aren't just going to forget about it.
Yeah.
No way.
It's going to be a conversation piece forever. Anytime Deshaun does anything, he'll know that. I mean, obviously saw it in Pittsburgh at a much smaller degree the day the guy retired.
Right.
Like decades and decades after, and a lot of success after.
Super Bowls.
I mean, it was brought up yet again, you know what I mean? So just like Darius said, this is going to be a part of Deshaun's life forever. I assume he has recognized that. He has acknowledged that. He had that interview with Aditi where he talked a little bit about how he feels, and I'm sure there'll be...
Change his tone a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He changed it. I'm sure there'll be more of those types of conversations going forward. So we have the Cleveland Browns schedule. If we have the Cleveland Browns schedule and we could pull that up, that would be fantastic because to the point that you were making about on the field. And I think their odds went from plus 2,400, either one is, I think they won the Super Bowl, and then went to plus 3,000 before this announcement was made. So will it change? We don't know. Well, did they have inside information before anybody else? You would assume not, because actually you would assume sports
Maybe.
probably.
That's kind of part
You
of
would
the
assume they do know, but
part of the work.
here's their schedule. So they're at Carolina week 1.
Storyline.
Story.
Right off the bat.
Baker Mayfield being announced a starter within coming days for the Carolina Panthers, allegedly. Then you got the Jets the next week, Steelers the next week, Falcons, Chargers, Patriots. So you could technically go 3-3 there. Easy.
4-2.
Yeah.
4-2. Yeah, 4-2 is good, but 3-3, no problem.
Yep.
Right? Don't you think there is?
Absolutely.
Then you go into the next 6 games. Ravens, Bengals. Ooh. Let's take a week to fucking see how we're going to be able to manage. Then we go out to Dolphins. Who knows what they're going to be by week 10. And then you have the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there will be the 12 weeks that he will miss. They could win some of those games and not be out of it at all in the home stretch with the 6 left.
Yeah, but after those first 4, they could lose 7 in a row easily.
So, but you lose 7, you go 10-7. AFC, a lot of people beating each other up. Who knows?
Yeah. Sure.
What would Deshaun look like? Because he's able to come back week 6, right?
And start practicing?
Yeah, he's allowed to be in the building. I don't know if he's allowed to start practicing. I don't know what the whole rules are on that, but he's allowed to be back in the building because normally when guys are suspended, they're not allowed in the building at all. I was suspended for a week, wasn't allowed in the building. Mm-hmm. So I just sat in my living room with the lights off and watched TV and jump roped until I'd pass out wearing numerous hoodies and sweats. And then I was jumping rope until I passed out in the dark. Don't talk to anybody. Had a piss test immediately upon my arrival back in there. And I thought that was going to set the tone for the next stage of the substance of abuse program. So I figured if I don't fail any tests at all, this substance of abuse program probably won't be as bad. You know, because
that program, that is the worst. I don't know. Whew.
Did you do it?
No. I mean, come on.
Oh, did what?
I mean, you know when the fucking tests are coming, man. Like, how do you?
Yeah, well, I agree. It's normally a knowledge test. For me, it was a different
situation.
Yeah,
you know, usually it's about a 6-week window where the guys
starts on April 20th.
Exactly, 4/20. You know it's going to start. My birthday is about a month before, so that was usually a cutoff day.
A little celebratory.
And then, you know, if you show it, the best is when you get it on that first day. You get your test.
Celebratory.
Do it for the year.
Yeah.
But, you know, so no, I avoided that program.
So that's what my suspension was, though. By the way, didn't fail a test.
You know, it's here we go.
How do you say? Lost 13 pounds. I showed up a new person. I showed up at 215, maybe 216.
Shredded.
I was shredded, yeah. But I looked very thin. I just for 7 days talked to nobody, just jump rope the entire time. Passed the test, still got maximum penalty. 27 months. Jesus. How you doing? Keep it moving. I said, well, I didn't fail a test. What do we even? I thought that's what phase 1 was for. Phase 1, stage 1. If you graduate, you're done. You don't fail any tests. You check in. You do the whole thing. You meet with your advisor weekly. You do it all right. Like, what's the purpose of even having this if you can't even graduate out of it? They said you should have threw up at some point in your evening. So we think 27 months is the right thing. I'm like, well, fuck off, you know. Come on. I was on my way back to Pittsburgh to celebrate me getting out of it. So I just thought I was out of it because it was like a month or whatever. It might have been a bye week or something. Or no, it couldn't have been a bye week. It had to be off season. So maybe it was 3 months it happened. And I was driving back to Pittsburgh to celebrate me getting out of the thing. Like, man, I've been locked down for like 3 months. You know, little did I know what was about to come, another 2 fucking years. But yeah, I was going back to Pittsburgh. While I was on the road, I get the call. And I had to pull over the side of the fucking highway and do, what type of doctor are you? Like that. And then turn around and had another 2 years. It was terrible. But yeah, normally when you're suspended, can't go in the building. Yeah. They changed that rule with the new CBA. You come back half the amount of time. Because it was, by the way, very smart. Yeah. A lot of guys getting suspended don't need to be not allowed in the only place that they're basically have any type of
structure.
Anything. So he'll be back week 6, I guess. And that... Well, he hit the ground running, you think? We saw him in Jacksonville, and obviously it wasn't a big sample size, but he hasn't played football in a long fucking time, dude.
Long time. And it's going to be tough. So, obviously, I expect him to struggle a little bit. He is obviously an extremely talented player, but that's a long time not playing in live football games. And then you're going to be playing against a bunch of guys who are making that playoff run. You look at that division.
That's prime football right
that's
there.
that's post Thanksgiving football. So he's gonna have to hit the ground running. There's not going to be any excuses made for him. Obviously, you're making a ton of money. We invested a ton of money in that position, and now you built the team to compete for a Super Bowl. So I think Jacoby will keep him definitely at least treading water at minimum. But it's gonna be tough at least those first couple weeks, I think, for Deshaun.
Okay, so let's dive and do some news before we feel the beat on this glorious Thursday, August 18th. Obviously, the big news, Deshaun Watson suspended 11 games, 12 weeks, fined $5 million, game check value that he will be missing out on this season because his agent, David Mulugeta, needs to be representing the United States in every negotiation that the United States has going forward. His salary is only $1 million this particular season, almost as if they knew this type of thing was coming, which everybody did. A lot of people thought it may be a season, only 12 weeks. He'll be back week 13 in Houston.
Whoa.
That is just that's move. That's story. That's a script.
Yeah, that's the NFL, baby.
That's a script.
Quinky dink.
Quite a quinky dink.
Yeah.
A few of
Fine
those.
number 2, game check number, quinky dink.
Yeah.
Completely. Anyways, let's do some other news. Here's a quinky dink. The Big Ten got kicked off a network and then said, don't worry about it. We're going to negotiate with every other network.
Hell yeah.
They've agreed to a 7-year, $7 billion guaranteed media rights deal.
Good God.
Pro Football Focus's college thing, breaking the Big Ten. I am so sorry, PFF College. You do not deserve that. That's 100% on me. I was reading the tweet while also trying to see what your actual @ was. Pro Football _college is the breaking news here. The Big Ten has signed off on a media rights agreement with Fox, Fox Sports 1, CBS, NBC, Peacock. So, kind of listing the numerous platforms, but really 3 companies did a deal here with the Big Ten worth a record $7 billion. The contract escalators may increase value to nearly $10 billion. So the Big Ten is not done expanding. Get it? Because they had USC, UCLA, and they probably put out some projections on other schools that are maybe going to join the Big Ten while they're doing these negotiations. Feels like there's more teams coming to the Big Ten. Big Ten, SEC, 2 powerhouses just going to become the new thing in football. $7 billion to watch Iowa Hawkeye football.
Hell yeah.
This is a big deal for everything. This is a big deal for basically football media as well. Football has all the money.
Yeah.
Football is the king, and we're very lucky to be football fans right now.
A lot of money obviously continue to come into the game. So you don't want to hear any complaining about these players getting paid. This is coaches getting $100 million deals, $7 billion with the potential to go up to 10. That's absolutely incredible. I can't wait for these NFL numbers to come out.
Yes,
New ones.
there's going to be new ones. $2.5 billion for Sunday Ticket is just where it's going to start. Let alone they're building NFL Plus right now for another year. They have a chance to build NFL Plus. All those subscribers in that platform is going to be bundled into the sale as well. It is brilliant.
They gotta NFL. We gotta make sure you get that shit right, please. Because that NFL Plus, the Game Pass, it's been absolutely fucking horrible. And I love those guys. It's a league that does everything excellent. They put a lot of money into it. My guy Nate Burleson running the commercials. We got to make that's got to be. It's too much money in the NFL for it not to be pristine. So let's get that together. I got faith in you.
You don't like the All-22 operation that you got going on right now?
No, it used to be. I feel like it used to be fine a couple years ago. Last year got really, really bad for some reason. I don't know what it was, but the NFL Plus. What is it, $5 a month or something like that for the first basic package?
Premium.
Not premium. Premium's a
No,
little more.
Premiums, yeah.
But it just got to work. It just got to work. A lot of money, $10 billion plus coming into the league. We got to, let's allocate at least a good $100 million to that and make sure it runs smoothly. But love you, NFL.
We do love the NFL.
Together.
They obviously have a lot going on, a lot of negotiations, but the quality, the standard is the standard. You're
Standard
fucking
is
NFL.
standard.
Right.
You're the NFL.
Take the shield.
And the fact that you enjoy watching film as much that there's probably parts of that app that nobody else knows.
Right.
And Derek's like, come on. Come on. I'm trying to watch 3rd and 7s from around the NFL. Let's do it. Hey, it's time for our segment right now.
Here
We'll
we
talk
go.
more about that. Congrats to the Big Ten, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Congrats, Kirk's Dogs.
Congrats, boys. Enjoy it.
How do you feel? You think Ferentz a big part of this whole thing?
Absolutely. Probably the guy who negotiated most of it, if I had to understand.
It was probably David Mulgate.
Could've been.
Is he snooping around with networks and Big Ten deal? Who knows?
All but means Notre Dame's going to the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's probably part of the $10 billion.
It's basically the done deal.
Oregon, probably, too.
Well, congrats to Notre Dame being Big Ten. Yeah, because they signed that deal or whatever, but then everybody was like, well, you're not getting a Big Ten Network deal, which is another $40 million a year or something like that, and then let alone that. Whatever the case. Ladies and gentlemen, congrats to the Big Ten. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to do the only segment we've done on a regular basis. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Feel the Beat. Ooh. Feel the Beat. All right, this is the only segment we've ever stuck with because it has become incredible intel and entertainment for all of us included. Some things are for the fans. A lot of things maybe just for us. This particular one is just for us. We get smarter because we go dive and deep into the roots of the teams. Who's covering these teams day to day? Who's boots on the ground? That's the beat reporters. That's the beat writers. Feel the Beat is a time where we get a chance to chat with them. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us again, one of our, I think our first ever member and guest on Feel the Beat is back. Panthers beat writer, works for Fox Sports Radio in Carolina. Absolute stallion, ladies and gentlemen, Sheena Quick. Sheena, what's up?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us again. We're very, very thankful. Thank you for making time here.
Of course.
Okay, Sheena, here we go. Let's get right into it. They're fighting up there, huh? Panthers and Patriots, they're just fighting every single down. Are they going to get anything done?
They have been tussling.
Yeah, what's that all about, Sheena? Are they getting any good work in or no? Are they getting good work in or no?
I think they're getting good work in, but it's marred by all the skirmishes. That was the Panthers' first team defense and the Patriots' first team offense that were mixing it up on day one. Yesterday, it was on special teams, and then with the Panthers ones with Christian McCaffrey, obviously. So you have safety Kenny Robinson from the Panthers. He was ejected both days.
Ejected.
Get out.
Joint practice.
We don't know right now what implication that's going to have on him making the roster, but he was willing to put it on the line for some WWE moments, though.
Oh, fuck out of here. Who's ejecting them? Both coaches? Rule and Belichick are like,
Combo.
yeah, get the fuck
Want him out.
Who's ejecting them? Honestly, who is that?
The refs. The refs are like, get up out of here. You got to go.
These refs, what a
The
time.
refs are getting them out of the paint, Pat.
Hey, if it means anything, Sheena, that's happening at every joint practice. There's a fight going to happen at every joint practice, but the Panthers Patriots have seemed to have a lot more popping up on my Instagram feed that Gumpy's posting.
Yep.
Feels like they are just slaughtering each other. But let's talk about some storylines that are happening right now. The Athletic released, and then we had heard sources as well. Baker Mayfield to be announced the starter. You've been covering the Panthers every day. You've been covering this competition every day. Was that kind of understood by everybody watching that Baker had clearly earned the job? And is this expected to come any day now, you think?
Any day now. I would expect it to come within days, actually, after after Friday's game. Everyone with eyes can see that he's the better quarterback, especially as camp is going on. He's gotten a better grasp of the playbook. He's getting his timing down better with the receivers. And this is with limited receivers, guys. You've had DJ Moore was out for a day or two. Robbie Anderson's out, Terrace Marshall, CJ Saunders. So they are really, really thin at that wide receiver position and the tight end position. But Coach Rule likes what he's seen from both guys in red zone and short yardage packages. But it's been Baker's job to lose since he got here, in my opinion.
Matt Rule, how do you think Matt Rule feels about the boys scrapping up there, about Baker Mayfield being his quarterback? A lot of pressure on him, right? I mean, everybody's assuming if he doesn't win, Tepper's going to do what he does to literally everybody. Get the fuck out. Yeah. See you later. Have a good one. Is that the feel? Is that the vibe? And what do you think this team's going to look like this year with Matt Rule?
Matt Rule has to win now. That's why he cannot afford to trot Sam Darnold out there as the starter week one or beyond. So that's the main reason that I think you have to start Baker Mayfield. You've seen Sam's tape, and the tape isn't good. I mean, I'm just going to keep it a buck with you guys. So Baker Mayfield right now gives him the best chance to win, and that's what he has to do, and he has to do it quickly.
Darius Butler has a question for you.
Yeah, I'm going to ask about that defense, man. One of the guys I was really excited about, J.C. Horn. Obviously, last year was cut short. How is he looking out there now that he's back from that injury?
Let's talk about the secondary. That's my speed, the secondary.
Yeah.
JC looks good.
Wow.
He's been limited. They obviously have kept him on a pitch count, but it's just precautionary at this point. They don't have any concerns as far as limitations once the season starts. He's in a loaded secondary back there. And so I'm really excited to see what those guys can do on the back end. Xavier Woods has brought a lot of experience and leadership to the secondary as well. And Steve Wilkes is back. Yeah. We don't talk about it as much, but Steve Wilkes is back. J.C. Horn has looked good. C.J. Henderson has looked really good. He looks like a first-round draft, a top 10 draft pick. He has had somewhat of a resurgence, I would say, in Carolina. He's having a really, really good camp. You have Dante Jackson on the other side of the field. So I'm really excited for this secondary.
What about Chin? Jeremy Chin. I didn't hear you mention him.
Oh,
Is he stinking it up out there?
Whoa.
What's
Whoa.
Oh, my
He's not
God.
stinking it up. He can be better in coverage, but of course
Okay.
he's a hybrid player that they don't know where they want to keep him, whether they want to keep him as a linebacker or as a safety. But he's not bad at either position. He could improve in pass coverage, and I think that he will as time goes on with him focusing in on being a safety. That's their plan for him this season.
We're talking to Sheena Quick, Carolina Panthers beat reporter, works for Fox Sports Radio. I believe. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
You are.
Yeah,
Good job.
Hey, no problem. You crushed it. We're trying to make sure we got that shit right.
Yep.
We're like, hey, Sheena deserves. I think Sheena. Hey,
fire.
You're great on here, Sheena. You really are. And it also sounds
Thank
like
you.
DBs, she locked in on the DBs, too. There's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
many out there. No,
Listen,
what's
those
going
are the
on back
rude
there?
boys, the back end babies. My
Yeah.
son's a corner. That's where my focus is.
Okay, nice.
I like the fact that you just said, yeah, they get better coverage a little bit.
I mean, listen, if we can't keep it real on the Pat McAfee Show, where can you keep it real?
Hey, I agree, Sheena. I fucking agree. And I appreciate that. Sounds like vibes are high, though, huh? Panthers team, they feel good?
I think so. This is what I would consider to be the most complete team in several years for the Panthers. They answered the questions at O-line. All Baker has to do is manage and take care of the ball. That's an issue that they had last year, obviously, with Sam Darnold. Running backs, Christian McCaffrey seems to be healthy. They have Deontay Foreman back there to spell him a little bit. The receivers, DJ Moore is going to do what DJ Moore does. We'd like to have a little bit more production from Robbie Anderson this year. It seems that they're going to get that. They also have Rashard Higgins, who has been a Baker Mayfield familiar target. So I think the vibes are high, and they're not as doom and gloom as a lot of Panthers fans felt this time last season.
Okay, go ahead, Tone.
Sheen, I saw a report that Christian McCaffrey maybe this year may be more okay with the idea of stepping out of bounds every once in a while and maybe trying to stay healthy, or is he going to be on a pitch count this season? Well, how are the Panthers handling him?
Well, I don't think he'll be on a pitch count. I do think what you said at first is a little bit more accurate. He'd be more willing to step out of bounds instead of trying to get that extra 1 or 2 yards to the detriment of his body. I'm not saying he's going to, give you a half-assed effort, but his health obviously has to be a concern. He's only played in 10 regular season games since he signed his extension, so that's in the back of his head. He consulted with Marshall Faulk this offseason, so he's definitely taken a different approach, and I think you really can see kind of a fire and ice combo if the Panthers utilize him and Foreman correctly.
He's reckless, Sheena.
Uh-huh.
He is reckless. We were watching him last year. Remember, we put him on the list. It was him, Carson,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow, and I forget who else that love the way they play football, but seem to not understand the fact that their body can't break. Christian McCaffrey seems to explode into contact every time. When people hit another gear when they're trying to get past him, he hits another gear when he's going into a tackle. Every time, and it's I respect it. I respect what you're doing, but there's no way that is survivable. No. If he's able to flip that switch, though, what a weapon to be added back into a backfield that Teddy Bridgewater probably wished he fucking had for at least one or 2 games. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Sheen, we were at the Colts training camp yesterday, and something that stood out was how massive the Colts team is, especially at skill position. Are there anything that stands out between the Patriots or Panthers these last few days? And is New England's offense as bad as everyone in the Boston area is making it out to be?
I'm going to play devil's advocate and just say the Panthers' defense is that good. Can we do that? I'm going to say the Patriots are that bad. Can we say the Panthers
without Chin, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Right. I mean, Chin
you
seems to be...
have Brian Burns flying off of the end. You have Derek Brown coming into his own. And again, you have that secondary that's pretty sizable. I like taller, bigger corners, and the Panthers have that. They've gone from a speedy, quick defensive backfield to a heftier, taller backfield. And I think that's going to allow them to be a lot more physical, to play a lot more man-to-man, bump and run, because that's where they will excel.
All right. Well, Sheena, we appreciate you so much. Have an incredible day. Safe travel is back, and we can't wait to talk to you next time.
See ya. Thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sheena Quick, Carolina beat reporter. We learned a lot there. I feel like we learned a lot there. We got a lot of insight. Feels like vibes are high at Carolina. Hey, they like their team.
Yeah.
I think it was a good move getting Baker, man. I think Baker's going to surprise a lot of folks.
You've been a Baker guy.
I've been a Baker. I've been kind of forced into that position to defend him because he was kind of getting thrown under the bus a little too much. But he played through injury last year, obviously. But before that, I think he was easily a top 20 quarterback. I think he still is going into this year.
What happened in that locker room in Cleveland?
Oh, I mean, I think he got hurt, and then Stefanski said, "Well, hey, you still got to throw it 60 times a game."
Tone, you hate Cleveland so much that now you like Baker because it feels
Guy's
like
the best.
that's how much he hates Cleveland.
Guy's the best.
Yeah.
Baker's going to be probably, I mean, they were 4-1 start the year last year with Sam Darnold. I'd be surprised if they weren't fucking 8-0.
So this is like the Adam Gase effect you're saying, like get out from the umbrella of the Cleveland Browns, and he's going to thrive.
Normally works. Let's see what it did for Bill Belichick.
How much did you hear Sheena say? Did you hear what Sheena said? Sheena said, if you have eyes, it's very obvious that Baker's that much better than Sam Darnold. I don't think any of us.
Obvious.
Or Sam Darnold.
I mean, you've been saying it's obvious.
Absolutely fucking stinks, it sounds like.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. I mean, he started 4-1 last year.
Yeah,
First
true.
pass got picked off yesterday in New England. That led to another fight.
Well, Nick Foles also threw a pick.
He's third string.
Not
Getting paid $18.6 million either.
He's Super Bowl MVP. I mean, let's all relax. Let's feel the beat yet again. We did it. Good work back there. Mitt and Zito boys put it together. Let's go to Green Bay, Wisconsin with a man who not only covers the Packers in beautiful fashion, he's also good on the Twitter. He's very active on the Twitter. Writer for The Athletic, also the podcast Head of the Pack. He went to Syracuse. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Schneidman. What's up, pal?
How you guys doing?
Thanks for joining us, man. You look like you're in a much better mood than Aaron Rodgers with his wide receivers. All right, let's dive right into it. This is obviously Feel the Beat, where we try to learn more than us idiots looking from outside in could ever know. Aaron Rodgers, more like a coach this season. That's what that sounded like. It sounded like a coach's press conference that he gave. Is he taking into that role a little bit? Because obviously we saw him talking to Rasul Douglas, I think, in practice a couple times and everything like that. Is that what you're noticing, and is everything okay over there?
Yeah, I think he kind of relishes that mentor role. Maybe he's not the worst teammate of all time, like some people say, but listen, he knows this wide receiver core has a long ways to go. The other day after practice, he said, it's the story of camp. Simple plays we're messing up. They're dropping passes. They're running wrong routes, mental errors. It's not Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb. He really just singled out the young wide receivers. So then on Wednesday morning, wide receivers coach Jason Vrabel said, we got to meet with 12. So the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, and the offensive coaches involved in the passing game got together, and Aaron Rodgers led the meeting and basically said, this is the standard. I don't know if the tone was angry, but he basically said, there have been some really damn good receivers around here. We have a really high standard. We got to stop making these errors. They watched film from Tuesday's practice when the Saints defense totally dominated the offense. We'll see where they go from here. Samori Toure, who's a rookie receiver they have, said, listen, when it comes from coaches, it's one thing. When it comes from Aaron Rodgers, it's another. He said they really took it to heart. We'll see if they turn it around with 3 weeks until they play the Vikings in Minnesota.
Hey, still a lot of time to figure it out. And if something clicks, I mean, what a moment for that entire offense in the post-Devontae Adams era. Is Sammy Watkins on that team still? What's going on over there?
Yeah, he's actually playing pretty well.
Haven't heard a thing, Steinman. Maybe do a little bit better fucking coverage.
Come on.
Steinman, what do we do? Did Syracuse not teach you? Like, hey, if a new guy is in town and Aaron celebrated his arrival and he's having a good, let's talk about it. Is that not in like Syracuse 204 or something like that?
I will be honest, since I'm the only person who covers us for The Athletic, I watched the Packers defense versus the Saints offense on Tuesday. And then after practice, I went and talked to Rasul Douglas instead of Aaron. And that's when Aaron said Sammy Watkins just had his best day since he's been here. So that's
you didn't have eyes on it. You didn't have eyes on it. In the Syracuse 101, got to have eyes on it. Got it. All right. I get it. But he's doing well?
He's playing well. I think Sammy Watkins, he's in a different spot than Cobb and Lazard because he's a veteran who hasn't played with Aaron Rodgers. But he's a guy they're really excited about in this offense. And Sammy's been really upfront with us about injuries have derailed my progress in living up to that number 4 overall pick billing, if you may. And he's ready to prove his doubters, whatever you want to call them, wrong. And he said he feels really good, and he's been playing well. So I think he's going to be a big part of this offense.
Ty Schmidt.
Schneid, you mentioned talking to Rasul Douglas. The defense, from what we heard, and you were there, but they looked really good against the Saints. And a couple of those guys have said that they want to play in the final preseason game leading into the regular season. How's the defense looked, and do you think it is really going to kind of carry the team for the early part of the season?
Had eyes on it.
I think they will. Really, really good. Rasul Douglas was talking a preposterous amount of shit to the Saints the other day.
Just a preposterous amount of shit was spoke. I love the way that was worded. I love the way. I think that was a tweet, right? Was that your tweet?
That was. I needed to emphasize it. It wasn't just like an incredible amount. It was a preposterous amount. That he was speaking.
One of the best sentences I've ever seen placed on Twitter. Just want to let you know that. Like,
I appreciate that. No, because like Jarvis Landry, who's on the Saints now, Rasul broke up a pass intended for him. And I heard him say something about last year. And one of the rules the Packers PR staff has at practice is we're not allowed to directly quote anything players or coaches say on the field. So the only way I could write what Rasul said is if I got him to repeat it after practice. So I went up to him and I said, "Did you say something about last year to Jarvis?" And he said, "Yeah, because when they played the Browns last year, Rasul had 2 interceptions against them." So I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "I just told Jarvis that just because he's switching jerseys, I've covered him tight in the past and nothing's going to change." So I'm just trying to do my job out here.
Shine,
But-
I appreciate you uncovering gems like that, but also feels like Rasul is probably going to get in some shit with the Packers now because of you. I hope you're happy. This guy's talking.
Need that guy,
Yeah, I need
Shine.
him to be super positive. You know what I mean? West Virginia guy. Now he's worried about what he's saying. Come on. That's good journalism. Hey, good journalism, though. Really good journalism there.
I want to ask D-Butt. I think Jair Alexander, Eric Stokes, and Rasul Douglas are probably the best cornerback trio in the league. That's what's going to carry this defense. D-Butt, you're way more of a secondary expert than I am. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they got really good pass rushers up front, but you marry that pass rush with these cover guys, special group they could be this year. And with the safety tandem, too, with Savage and Amos behind them. Interesting, though, who has been rotating that slot at that nickel back position? Because all 3 of these guys kind of are primary outside guys to me. So who's been manning that slot?
Rasul.
Okay.
He kind of has the size to step down in the box against the run or drop back against the pass. And that's the thing about Quay Walker, their first-round pick from Georgia, and Rasul. The coaching staff thinks they're both versatile to defend against the run or drop back against the pass just as well as anyone can. And, you know, if they're going in their base defense, Quay Walker's on the field in the 2 inside linebacker sets with Devondre Campbell. Yeah. But if they're going 5 DBs, Rasul's obviously in there. They feel like nothing changes. But he's been playing mainly nickel with Jair and Eric Stokes on the outside.
Did you get your investigative cap out and find out who brought the Nicolas Cage head into Aaron's life? And we saw your tweet. Respect your tweet. This is the Nicolas Cage head that debuted in the locker room just a few days ago. AJ was on live whenever we learned of this happening. AJ said, "Is that for headphones?" That was all he said.
Yeah.
That's literally all he said while we had a full field day about Nicolas Cage's dome and his bust and his head being in Aaron Rodgers' locker room. Being hilarious. Matt Schneidman took out the fucking spyglass.
Yep.
It was AJ Hawk and Laura Hawk.
Oh, what do you know?
God damn
That
it.
sent the head to Aaron Rodgers.
Shock.
Thank you for figuring that out for us, Schneidman. AJ will be joining us here in about 21 minutes. Can't wait to fucking hold his feet to the fire.
Yeah.
Schneid.
AJ or Nicholas Shea?
So the way I found that out, I didn't even go up to him and ask because I thought, you know what? He's probably not too happy after another practice where the starting offense kind of struggled. So I'm just standing in the locker room and I hear, "Schneidman." I look over. It's Rodgers calling me over to his locker. I said, "What?" And he said, "What'd you say about me yesterday?" Dead serious. I thought he was upset about something. I said, "I don't know. What did I say?" He said, "No, I'm just fucking with you, but I do have a scoop." I said, "All right." He was like, "I found out who sent me the head. It was Laura and AJ Hawk." Just unprompted told me that. And the way he told the story was, I believe on Wednesday, Laura texted him or something, basically saying, "Did you get what we sent you?" And Aaron was a little confused. And she was like, "It has to do with your first day." He was like, "First day? Oh, first day outfit with Nick Cage." So then I said to him, because I watch your guys' show every day, I said, "Did you see AJ play dumb about it?" He said, "No, what happened?" And I brought up when you brought it up, and AJ just sat there kind of like, "Oh, I don't know. He was it for headphones." And now it's wearing headphones in his locker. So AJ played dumb, but we knew it was him all along.
Wow. Thank you for that.
Good work.
All right, that's why we do Feel the Beat.
that's right.
Yeah. Thank you
Syracuse
so much.
stinks, but you know,
Syracuse
they
does
are
stink.
good journalists. You know, they stink at everything else, but great job, Schneider.
We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Schneidman from The Athletic. Now it is our time to continue to feel the beat. D-Bud, I don't think you've got a chance to experience this live. Let me tell you what. When you're in the moment, when you're in the conversation with this man, it just feels a little bit different. Not that Scheinman wasn't fantastic and Sheena Quick was magical. This man, though, brings the energy, brings the juice, brings the intel, brings the stories. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who has battled through 2 Achilles tears in a matter of weeks. 2? A man who had a sub in his pocket for 4 hours and ate that thing straight down while laying in bed. A man who's been covering the Steelers for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, writer for The Athletic, Mark Cabol.
Come on!
What's up?
Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, especially after that picture you tweeted out. Thanks.
Hey. What? What are you talking about? What are you...
Oh, well, that picture, the promotion on Twitter that I was coming on, it looks like I just got off the toilet. It was unbelievable.
Z,
What's your
from? Z, why don't you like it? Z's trying to pull it up right now. No.
You were good.
That was you in action. That was an action photo.
Yeah, action of me on the toilet the other day. Absolutely. I had to go get some Pepto after that one, so that's probably that look.
I think it was from the Devin Bush video.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh, the Devin Bush video. That could have been it. Where
It was.
Let me tell you how this came together. Okay, Zito makes that graphic every day. Zito does a lot of things here. He makes that guest graphic every day. And we're Googling images of you. And we just said, and by we, I mean me, maybe. I said that photo from the Devin Bush video was Mark's. That was a tough day for Mark. And I think Zito maybe heard, a little miscommunication there. Put the picture in from the Devin Bush video. So that's on us, Mark.
Sorry,
I want to let you know that was
Mark.
miscommunication. But you were in action there and focusing on every word that was coming out of his mouth. That's what, boom, right here. Look at you. Look at you.
I'm like,
Locked in.
He was saying some interesting stuff, and I got to realize that there's cameras on the other side. I'm thinking, what in the world are you saying there? I got to control my facial reaction.
No, you don't. This is why we love you, Mark, because you are dialed in, focused, not letting the cameras get in the way of you doing your job. Mark, we fucking love you on this show, and we appreciate you joining us. Let's dive into some Steelers news now. We could talk Devin Bush, but I think that story's already been told. Feels like he's on his way out of Pittsburgh, right? Is that right?
That's tough. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe not this year, but they didn't pick up his fifth-year option. So unless, as he said, I can go play next year somewhere else. He doesn't realize if he doesn't have a good year this year, that might be for the vet minimum. But, I don't see any way he comes back.
Okay. So hopefully he has a good year. Hopefully they're able to make that work. Or he goes somewhere else and starts a new first-round draft pick, right? I mean, out of Michigan, he was high.
They moved up 10 spots, most they've ever moved up in the draft ever, to be able to pick him in, I believe, 18, 19, and he hasn't quite panned out.
Okay, you heard Mark Boyer. That's how every Yinzer thinks right there. Mm-hmm. They moved up 10 spots to get this guy.
We moved up to get Troy. That's how it's supposed to work out.
We moved up to get this guy. So he's the expectations very early were what they were. He has not panned out as far in Yinzer's eyes. Maybe you'll have a good year. Maybe he'll go somewhere else and find it. Who the fuck knows?
A lot of time. Young kid.
A lot of time left in his career. And maybe, by the way, you have an experience like this. You go somewhere else, reprove yourself is better for you. You learn something. Whatever the case, who knows how that'll go. Let's get to the quarterback room. Kenny Pickett has been moved up to number 2 officially. You tweeted out, I think, yesterday, Kenny Pickett's taking reps with ones in the team thing, and we've been following your Twitter account to see how this goes. Kenny's officially 2. What does that mean for Mason Rudolph, your guy? And what does this mean going into the season? Basically, Mitchell's starting this thing, and then Kenny's going to take over at some point.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. He will start. Mitch Trubisky will start Saturday against Jacksonville, but they're going to bring Pickett in early in the second. He's going to play through the half until the third quarter. And Tomlin said today, just not moments ago in this room, that he needs to see more varsity action from Kenny. So I guess that's going to go a long way in seeing how this plays out right now. But, I mean, if Kenny can show he's capable of being that number 2 you can rely on early in the season, I mean, to be honest with you, why do you keep Mason? I mean, he's not going to sign here next year, and we all know that because of the first-round pick and all that stuff. But I think it's Pickett's job. Pickett's not going to win the number one. He's not starting in Cincinnati, regardless of what he does. I think this is setting up of where he may be able to insert himself, early in the season.
You think Mason Rudolph may be teammates with Myles Garrett again over there in Cleveland? You know what I mean? After the bonk with the own helmet situation, they have a quarterback. Mason Rudolph's going to be on the move, you think, Mark?
There hasn't been any talks, what I've been told right now. No interest whatsoever as of now. But come September 1st, maybe that's different. Come the trade deadline, that might be different. But you always got to look. That's a pretty cheap insurance policy, man. I mean, you forget 2019. It's right there where you had to go searching for duck to be able to. You don't want to be put in that situation. So if they can get a decent offer, 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick, they'll make the move. But I don't know if anybody's going to offer them that.
6th-round pick. People are just throwing those literally into the trash these days. Go ahead, Tone Diggs.
Baker was a 5th.
But Mason still, he got bonked in the head with a helmet.
Mark, we know the
Survived.
boys up front on the offensive side did not play great last year. They bring in Mason Cole and James Daniels. How have the boys looked? Have they looked better up front this year? And why is Dotson and Kendrick Green rotating there? Is that not Dotson's job? How the boys up front look?
Well, Dotson's hurt again. He's been hurt for the past couple of weeks with an ankle, and that's been his issue the past 2 years. He's probably their best offensive lineman, but he can't stay healthy. And if it comes between a guy that continuously gets hurt and Kendrick Green, even if maybe Dotson's a little bit better, they're going to go with Kendrick Green. I like Mason Cole. James Daniels still filling his way out. The tackles are still in the work in progress, but you watched the game Saturday. I mean, how much time do those quarterbacks have to throw the ball?
Listen,
not much.
We didn't get to watch the game on Saturday, Mark.
I heard about that. They forwarded you to Denver and Dallas, right?
Cooper Rush, Josh Johnson doing the who gives a fuck game. Okay, Russell Wilson. If they would have cut the Russell Wilson in warm-up, full pads, crying, clear eyes, full heart, I'm cool with that. If you want to take Kenny Pickett and Drew Lock, who might be the starter of the Seahawks when the season comes around, off of TV, and it's Russell Wilson in that good man brand, all white, walking to his Rolls Royce, I'm cool with it. If Jerry Jones is going to be doing a goddamn press conference from the middle of Jerry World, I'm cool with it. With what it was, why are we doing that? It was a great game. That was a great preseason game, wasn't it, Mark? I feel like everybody had to feel very excited about how that whole thing went.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not many times you see a last-minute drive where the quarterback turns the ball over on downs, then you get the ball back a play later, then he throws a touchdown pass to win it in your hometown where you played college football at, and the crowd went wild. I mean, I was thinking they were going to tear down the goalpost there for a second. So, it's strange, but I'm sure you can find Pompiani talking about it somewhere, right? You Google it, see the end of that.
Him and Chuck Batch.
I know you're a Pompiani fan there, Batch.
Bro, Pompiani, Charlie Batch. Batch's Yinzer accent when he's calling Steelers games.
Great.
Oh, there was like 4 consecutive. We didn't get that second down here. Like Batch's got a real. I mean, that's a real Yinzer.
Chuck's ingrained now into the city.
And then Pompiani, not that he wasn't to begin with, but he is like full on. And then Pompiani's Bob Pompiani. They had Rooney on for like, what was it, like maybe a drive or two? Rooney said 4 words, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
He's not a man of many words.
It's a good football game, yeah. He gets it. We like the way these guys are doing it all. Vibes high, though, over there in Pittsburgh. They feel like you got a good squad. I mean, odds, nobody's really looking at them to win the AFC North. Nobody's really looking at them to be a contender in the AFC, right? Because the AFC is so packed. What are you guys thinking in the conversations as the camp continues to roll on here, Kaboli?
It's all going to be how the quarterback play is. But even deeper than that, you mentioned, touched on it a minute ago, is the offensive line. That could be the downfall of everything they've done, whatever, through camp so far. Because if you don't give any of those quarterbacks any time, you don't give Najee any time, it's just going to be a disaster from the beginning. But it's all based on the quarterback play. I think the defense is there. They got studs all over the place. Minkah Fitzpatrick is an absolute stud out there in training camp, like picking at people, screaming at people, just like being crazy out there. I think he has a chance to become a potential defensive player of the year this year.
Okay, Minkah.
Yeah, Minkah.
That's how good he's been playing. We don't even talk about the Haywards, the Watts and all those guys because they barely play out there. So once again, there's a lot of tempered enthusiasm. The only really true enthusiasm is, if you're in Pittsburgh, is the 4-string running back, because, who's going to replace Najee? That's a very Yinzer thing. Who's going to back up Najee for those 3 snaps a game? And other than that, they think they're going to stink probably.
That's what your tweet meant? That's what your mentions are like?
No, you don't even look at my mentions.
But Jalen Ward,
hey, Mark, who's fucking running the ball when Najee's getting a spell, Mark?
No, my mentions are after the last appearance was always some sort of, hey, you have a hoagie in your pocket? How is Rudy's sub in your pocket? Hey, it's the pocket sub Rudy's got. That's where they are now.
Come on.
We apologize.
Love you, Mark.
We love you, Mark.
Mark.
Mark, that was alarming, I think, to all of us. That's why it's being mentioned to you.
What are you going to do? Am I going to throw it away? You're crazy.
Fair.
4.5 hours.
No, that's a good point.
That's a great point.
Last question here for you, Mark. We are so thankful for you, and thank you for treating our sub with respect, too. Like, I understand you said, I bet you thought if you threw it away, that'd be disrespectful to the gift that we tried to give to you, and also to the sub itself, which was delicious, I assume. So I respect that. Go ahead.
I'm going to toss it. No way. I mean, like I said, I'm sure I've eaten worse. I think I eaten worse 2 days ago, like I mentioned about my Pepto incident. That didn't cause that, so I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Last question here. Ty, go ahead, pal.
Mark, you had glowing reviews for George Pickens last time you came on. I think it was Chase Claypool said that he doesn't even know what his face looks like, so I assume he's just a dog inside and outside the building. But has he continued to kind of ascend and impress? Is he going to be the go-to guy for the Steelers this year?
Yeah, you know what? Tomlin set them up in a drill the other day of like 5-6 reps where he had to cover, or Minkah Fitzpatrick had to cover him over and over and over again. I know Minkah's a safety, but he did a pretty good job. But he made his plays as well. And speaking of that, when I said that about George Pickens, I mean, I must have got 100 mentions about, hey, you ever hear of Jamar Chase? So to all those people out there, I was right.
Hey, babe, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
He actually didn't. Hold on, Mark. Hold on.
Different dynamic to this team, and you saw that on Saturday.
Mark, your exact words were, "I'd be more surprised if George doesn't make a play on Saturday than if he does make a play." And then he has the highlight touchdown of the entire weekend, basically. And by the way, great ball from Mason Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you, Mark. We got to continue to feel the beat in Cleveland because big news came out of there. You're the best, dude.
All right, thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Bowley.
Yeah, Lord!
Let's continue to feel the beat. Let's continue to feel the beat. Let's continue to feel the beat. I don't think we felt the beat one time yet today.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying was that beat vastly different than the beat that we've been saying. So
Yeah, but our beat's sweet.
Yeah, our beat is sweet, but it's not really the beat for feel the beat. So we're not feeling the beat technically music-wise. Like Nick Cannon can't read music, you know? But we are feeling the beat with beat reporters.
You're super musically inclined. Ty's got a hell of a voice. Connor made the 100 Days of Football music thing. I think it's my fault. I don't have the musical ear.
No, I don't. It's probably all of ours. I don't think any of us have. Yeah, I think we all kind of.
It changes every week because we're feeling the beat.
Darius couldn't take Mark Caboli serious, got up and left in the middle of it.
What?
Christ, Darius.
You saw it. He literally just
walked
out
the door.
He had to poop.
He walked right out. There's no way that was poop. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, Caboli's first class. If Darius can't see that, then so be it.
What's your problem?
Darius, what, you didn't like Mark Caboli?
Why you hate Caboli?
You didn't like Mark Caboli?
What's that silk pop?
What, you got drinking a fifth on ifs today?
Hey, if ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. There were some screenshots of the ticker. There were some screenshots of the ticker below that was on there with your quote.
That's a pretty popular quote. I'm glad I was able to bring that to the whites. Man.
You blessed the whites with the ifs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ours is
You
like
guys
about candy
kind of
and
taught
nuts.
me a new song. What's that?
Ours is like ifs and buts, candies and nuts or something like that.
Yeah, we'd all be
Never heard that.
rainbows or something.
What happened?
She ain't answering.
She's
I think she's
tweeting
pooping.
right now in the middle of Jimmy Haslam's on the podium right now speaking, I believe.
Okay. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, Mary.
Deshaun talked, and then
He's saying some things.
Here we go.
All right, so let's get to a break. Next hour, we'll have AJ Hawk on. We will dive into everything. We're just going to go listen and see what this is as well. We'll go to the bathroom.
Not with Mark Caboli on.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry about it.
sorry, Bob Mark.
Sorry about it, Mark. What was the song we almost taught you yesterday? You were about to say.
I still don't know what the fuck I was singing. I tried to give y'all the beat.
Good as I once was.
Yeah, it was a Toby Keith song.
I ain't as good as I once was.
My
how the years have flown.
See, it's gonna happen again. I don't know if we got it.
There was
But
a
time
time
back in my prime when I could really hold my own. If you want to fight tonight,
There it is. There it is.
Those guys might
those
not
boys don't look all that tough. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good at once as I ever was.
So it's that final quote there that really he built that entire song to get to.
He did.
Perfect.
It's a good quote.
That's
Toby.
Keith.
That's right. It's as you get older, you know. You might not be as good as you once were, you know, all the time.
No.
Just one time, though, you can give it a go.
Oh, yeah.
Then your liver, though, and everything will hurt. Like, for instance, Dirty pulled a hammy yesterday at training camp.
Yep.
He was catching punts. Dirty, also the most athletic graphic designer artist in the world.
Yep.
Impressive performance
Stamp it.
yesterday. Very impressive.
Dude, fucking throws darts.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, like before we started doing the crossbar game, I was just playing catch with him. There was a good pop on the hands, and there was like good spiral. He was coming up over top off the side there.
like Russell Wilson out
I'm
there.
punting balls to him, like 30 balls to him. He's catching fucking 30 punts. I was actually like swinging at these things too, catching them, running them. Then does crossbar drill, crossbody in Air Forces. I watched the Air Force turn that son of a bitch sideways. You know, the Air Force bottoms, if you get a little bit of an edge, you know, you can go off that cliff real quick. As he's doing that crossbody throw from the 25-yard line, crossbar, boom, right in the middle of it.
Unreal.
Dirty,
Impressive.
one of the most impressive things I've seen on a fucking football field in a long time, you yesterday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Did you know this? Did anybody know this about Dirty?
No idea.
No.
I had no idea. Super humble.
Play ball. I used to play ball.
He says, that's what I used to do. Punt returner.
After
Yeah.
those first 3 or 4 punts, like, yeah, that's what I do. And you kick like 40 more. That guy was gassed.
Yeah.
Well, so my legs are very sore today. You know what I mean? And I punted like 10 balls just because I tried to relearn how to punt a football yesterday. I mean, there was like, here's him from the 25-yard line. Look at that ankle. Bam, roll, fall,
Bang.
bang. No problem.
Pocket.
Dirty was unbelievable yesterday out there. I mean, Dirty, you're the greatest athlete. You're the most athletic graphic artist, designer
Easily.
of all time.
At least in the Western Hemisphere.
Hey, I'll take that.
What do you think? There's some?
Yeah. There's some animators in Germany that can fucking, you know.
There's
they
that
can
one
go.
They
graphic designer
can't.
from
Germany, they
Seoul.
can't play catch.
No, they can swing a field hockey stick, though. Tell you that much.
Oh, to put a fucking field hockey stick in Dirty's hand, he'll figure it out. Did you see how fast he was yesterday? He
Yeah,
had
I
a little
saw him
wiggle.
moving.
He did.
I
He
saw
had
him.
fucking
did.
wiggle too.
Yeah.
I used to have some wiggle, man. I used to have some game.
Look at that, Dirty. I mean, you should be very confident.
Humble too.
Dude, we didn't hear about it. I think he is humble. We didn't hear about it. Then whenever it happened, you know, now.
I was just waiting on that opportunity to get on the football field.
Hey,
It was awesome. It was awesome to watch, Dirty. Incredibly, pumped that you're here. I mean, crossbody. That's a fucking 35-yard throw on. Boom.
Oh, yeah. That
Loved
wasn't
it.
the first one either.
Catching punts. So, yeah, so my knee, I was blowing out my knee actively, but I was trying to learn how to punt again. I hadn't punted in a long time. So, like, my first couple, I was only planning on punting a couple. Like, I'll turn one over and then I'll be done. So, it took me like 6, 7, 8 to turn over, and I'm like, whoa. Am I done? So then it became like a mental, can I do this still? And then it wasn't until about punt 15 that really I started turning them over a little bit and going. And yeah, we got like 30 punts in yesterday, and I will let you know. Dirty caught probably 24 of them, I'd say. Probably dropped about 6 of them. It was incredible. There was a couple you said, I used to do this. I was like, oh, is that right? Yeah. So I hit I just wanted to see if I could hit a little bit one higher. He did not catch those first 3 after him, but then he adjusted to it and bang, he's right back in it. It was a lot of fun. Mitt was middleman. It was back in training camp day. Mitt was fucking trying to one-hop him in there. Mitt has lost the one-hop toss, I will say. But it was incredible. I appreciated it.
Good run.
But this morning, dude, like 2, 3 a.m., full cramp right here.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this could cramp the inside of the thigh.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Had to do the foot push
Oh, yeah.
because it was trying to lock up like this, rub it on it while not trying to make noise, wake up anybody in the house or any of the animals. It was tough. I'm never going to do that again. That's probably the last time I ever kick a ball.
Oh, and there was brand new shoes, too. I don't think that
Yeah.
helped either.
Prestos.
I was barefoot the Prestos. That's exactly what-
468, by the way, that was your Best hang time.
Yeah,
And
Darius.
I know you're questioning my Charlie Clapp Castle thumb, all right?
This guy.
468.
This guy has no idea. This guy. No, it was awesome. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you to Dirty being a freak athlete and everybody at the Colts that set up yesterday. That was a blast.
Yeah, incredible.
Awesome. We need to do that again. That was a lot of fun.
Bruce with the throw.
Yeah, but we will announce the winner here in this hour. Bruce had a bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Good throw.
Did not expect it. Jim Irsay talked to us for 22 minutes and 54 seconds. We rounded that up to 23 because we didn't necessarily make the rules. You got winners for that.
Yep.
I mean, we got a big couple hours coming, including AJ Hawk and reaction to Cleveland Browns talking about the Deshaun Watson appeal ruling. We shall be back in about 2 minutes. See you then. And then AJ! Oh no! I just want to let Robert Mathis went down. We're gonna have to get another one for him. Goodness. Aaron went down. This is all your fault though, because remember you pushed everything.
Yeah.
Your towels.
I didn't move.
AJ, can we please have a moment of silence for those two incredible pieces of art that I have been very proud to have on my desk?
Robert's left foot is gone.
Hey, he still gets to the fucking quarterback.
Yeah, he can.
Let everybody know he still gets to the quarterback.
We need to get
Oh, the hat is laid down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to debut a brand new Aaron Rodgers.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, he's right before calling timeout here. He's trying to take down the entire defense.
I give him. I'll take the under of 10 days before he's broken.
I'd like to shout out the artist that did this. The artist that did this, Big Sky Customs, Bob Brown.
Thank you.
Bob Brown. I'm sorry your work's gonna get broken on this show, Bob.
Dude, it's going to get displayed on the show.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on this Thursday, August 18th, 2022. Shall we get immediately following the speed drop from Twine? There is a lot to talk about. Let's continue now.
Here we go, Atta Baby.
Here we go, Atta Baby, into hour 2. I'm not sure how long we'll continue to do that, even though you guys have mastered it. It sounds a lot. It is a lot. The talk tables here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys, Tone Diggs is
How you
here.
doing?
Also in studio, friend of the program, 9-year NFL vet, co-host of the Man to Man pod, Darius J. Butler. Thanks for making the trip to Indianapolis. Yesterday was awesome with you. Today was a massive day in the NFL world because there was breaking news this morning. Deshaun Watson has officially been suspended 11 games, 12 weeks, and fined $5 million. The 12-game suspension will also account for a $666,666 fine and income that he will not earn. So $5.66 million fine, basically from the NFL, and 12-week suspension. His first game back will be in Houston against the Texans, the team that he asked to get moved and traded from just a little bit over 4 months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Joining us now, live from Manatee, Ohio, man we haven't chatted to in at least 48 hours. Obviously, always incredibly toxic. The man who sent the Nicolas Cage head alongside his wife to Aaron Rodgers in his locker room. The man who's college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ, oh, you got your new AJ Hawk cut.
Oh, yeah, we took it high and tight yesterday.
Hey, give me that AJ Hawk. It's almost season time. You look good, AJ. Hey, that a baby.
Wow, look at that head.
Here we go, Atta Baby. Here we go, Atta Baby. Deshaun Watson, 11 games, 12 weeks. First game back will be the Houston Texans. Your initial thoughts on this?
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course. $666,666. Of course it is. I mean, there's just a lot of that. There's going to be people that are going to be mad about the amount of games, no matter what games were. We've all recognized that. Do you think the NFL got it right here? And how do you think the next couple steps look, AJ?
I mean, I don't know, to whether to say they got it right or not. I mean, they added games from what Judge Sue originally had, so I guess the NFL can say, Rodgers can say, hey, we did this, we revamped it, whatever, we added games, didn't want to give them the whole season. But more for the Browns now. Also, what's the best case scenario? Let's say Jacoby's a starter and they're playing very well. They only have a few losses when he comes back. Then Deshaun comes back. Or what if they're completely garbage and the season's almost over? You throw him in?
So we're talking about that earlier. Darius said, hey, Jacoby ain't no slap. You know what I mean? And we looked
Jacoby
at the
can play.
Right. Whenever you looked at that schedule, honestly,
Yeah.
Darius, earlier, what did you think in those first 12 weeks, 11 games?
I wouldn't say easy, but lighter, obviously, coming out of the gate. But like I mentioned, once you get into that later half of the season, Deshaun's getting thrown in that mix. I know he can come in 6 weeks prior, but you're not going to take Jacoby's practice reps away from Deshaun, to get him ready. So it will be tough for him to get thrown in that part. But that's a good point that AJ makes. If they are rolling, do you make that change at this point? Obviously, he's, getting 46 a year, 230 fully guaranteed, so he'll be there for the future. But if Jacoby and that offense is rolling, do you make that switch?
I don't know. The roster is so good. They are
Really good.
so good. Now, granted, who knows what's going to happen with Hunt? That kind of has disappeared from the conversation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Has it? I don't think
Chubb came out and basically the best friend thing was kind of the last thing Chubb saying. I couldn't imagine him not being here. He's my best friend. I want him to be here. Was kind of the last kind.
That's very nice. Chubb come out and say he's my bestie. This guy.
Need him here.
Haslam kind of threw Hunt's name in his press conference too. So I think that was a little intentional. Like, hey, we gave Hunt a second chance. That's been working out.
Oh, during this
good.
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
So right now, Deshaun has talked. Haslam, his wife, and Andrew Barry all just had a joint press conference that just took place. Deshaun Watson, I believe his exact words, in this, I didn't hear it directly from Deshaun. Yeah, let's put the statement up. We'll put the statement up exactly. I don't want to get it wrong because I don't want people to think that I said it or that this was like a McCockner type situation. I'm grateful that the disciplinary process has ended and extremely appreciative of the tremendous support I have received throughout my short time with the Browns organization. I apologize once again for any plans or any pain this situation has caused. I take accountability for the decision I made. My focus going forward is on working to become the best version of myself on and off the field and supporting my teammates however possible while I'm away from the team. I'm excited about what the future holds for me in Cleveland, and that's his official statement from Deshaun Watson. So the decision, did he say decisions or decision? Let me go back to that.
Plural.
Okay, decisions. All right, good. Okay. Because if that was on the decision I made, it was like, well, okay, so what is he saying?
Yeah.
The one decision he made. The decisions he made has obviously led to this. Interesting apology, right? I think everybody would nitpick every single word he goes for. But as he was starting there in the beginning, he has to truly feel that. And who knows how many people come through this statement before it got released. We'll assume it's just directly from Deshaun, but he also has the greatest agent in the history of agenting ever. The man who negotiated a $230 million fully guaranteed deal while all this was staring down the pipe. He said he's happy that the entire process is over. Think about him. He had they tried to indict him, 2 times? He had to go through grand jury twice.
Yep. Criminal.
Then he had this as 2 different cases, all in the last couple of years. He probably is like, he's being told by people, hey, this is the last you're going to have to deal with this, like punishment-wise. He's probably,
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, my God. Now, publicly, though, you're going to be dealing with this forever, AJ. And I think that's a matter of fact. This is going to be with him for the rest of his life. Away stadiums are going to know that for the rest of his life. But there has to be quite a fucking relief from Deshaun, the Browns, and everybody involved in that situation from that standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, there's some kind of, everyone wants closure. And I guess now we know what the actual discipline is, being 11 games. Yeah, you're right. Of course, he's going to move past it, and people are going to still always have this. But this was really the first thing ever we've heard about Deshaun before. Like before all this came out, Deshaun was a model citizen, wasn't he? Like everything was all very positive.
Michael Jordan of football, right? Is what Dabo's.
Yeah. I mean, on the field, and even like, behind, we all know people that know people. So anybody, when this first came out, you reach out to guys and know them, and like AJ said, like it was pressed. Like I was like, no way, this got to be bullshit. But so hopefully he cleans it up after this, obviously.
Yeah, forever. If he goes on to become a completely model citizen and lives his life in the completely proper fashion forever, he can just go on and be a mega wealthy person and a successful football player from this point forward. Now, there's going to be a lot of outside noise forever around him, but if he has the ability, the mental toughness to somehow lock it in, he can still have a profound life. I mean, Very profound. It'll always be with him. Now, there's a clip coming out now, I'm being told, about him chatting about it, and not just a written statement, but him actually talking. I have not heard this. This is my first time listening. Let's go ahead and run that. This is from Mary Kay Cabot, who is live on location from the Browns training camp.
Stood on my innocence and always said that I've never assaulted anyone or disrespected anyone, and I'm continuing to stand on that. But at the same time, I have to continue to push forward with my life and my career. And for us to be able to move forward, I have to be able to take steps and put pride to the side. And I'm going to continue to stand on my innocence and keep pushing forward. And I've always, stood on not disrespecting or sexual assaulting anyone.
You mentioned. Okay, I mean that's obviously.
Has he always stood by his innocence?
Yeah, he has, but you can't put that written statement out and then just right afterwards.
Well, and then Haslam also, remember Haslam said that he has been remorseful since this entire thing and grateful, and then what he's been saying has been completely opposite of that. Anything he says, anything he does, we have to assume will get nitpicked in this particular case. So it's going to happen regardless. He had to know that, though, too, when he was going out there to talk. Right? He had to know that he was going everything he was saying. I guess he's just at a point where he doesn't give a fuck. Is that it's just like, hey, listen, you're going to bury me anyway, so I just want to let you know that, I didn't do anything. So here's a follow-up tweet, I guess, to this situation. We are learning this on the fly. What a time to be alive. Mike Garafolo, Deshaun Watson on why he accepted a settlement if he claims he's innocent. I've always been able to stand on my innocence and always said I never assaulted or disrespected anyone, but at the same point, I have to continue to push forward with my life and my career. Deshaun Watson on why he's apologizing. For everybody that was affected by this situation, there were a lot of people that were triggered. All right.
God.
What is that?
What?
I think he said there was a lot of people that took offense to this because they've either known somebody that's been in this potential situation or something like that. I believe that is what triggered means, right? Triggered means you set somebody off with something that's happening. So that is how he is framing it in his mind, that this situation that he is involved in has triggered people about this whole thing. And I don't think that's just the case, Deshaun. I think there was a lot of things and a lot of people that got super pissed off about this because the overwhelming narrative seemed to be the same thing. And when the judge and Roger Goodell said predatory behavior, I mean, that's only even more so. And now he's being rewarded with an opportunity to play in the NFL, the greatest league of all time. It's just, it's a fascinating thing. I wonder if that's how he's going to address it forever or if he's just going to choose in the future to not address it. I assume if I was him, I'd be getting away from conversations about it going forward after today, I think. And I don't know how you handle that, but I think that is something that he should definitely think about doing.
Well, don't you think people will continue to ask him? They'll ask him less and less as time goes on.
Yeah.
It's going to continue to come up, and he's going to be like, hey, I get it. I got to move on. I can't talk about that.
Yeah, he has to have some line that he's going to use that's just like, I understand why you're asking that question. And I think he said this earlier, right? Whenever they're going through, I understand the question, but I can't say anything because we're in the middle of the process or whatever. Now he can say, I understand the question. I'm not going to talk about that for the rest of my life. I'm just going to kind of move on with it. Like some form of answer that he's confident giving and can give and makes people think like, all right, he's made this decision. But this convo is going to surround the Browns forever. Haslam's going to have to answer questions about this forever. He don't care, though.
No.
If they win games, he doesn't give a damn.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And he reset the quarterback market. But to your point, like, if he does continue to get asked about this and he has that like answer go to, how often do you think that he gets that question up until the point where he's like, all right, fuck everybody. Like, I'm not answering any more questions about this, even if he does have that go-to answer.
Okay, so we're getting more information out of here. Ari Mirov at My Sports Update of Pro Football Focus is reporting that General Manager Andrew Berry, former Harvard quarterback, I do believe, said the team put together a plan as soon as they traded for Deshaun Watson about how he would get future massages for any soft tissue injuries. He did not specify if they're male or female. Owner Jimmy Haslam said the therapist will be team approved. This happened whenever he got traded for. This was an addendum that got released publicly, so this is not our first time hearing about this. Remember, massages are vital to a lot of professional athletes. A lot of pro athletes get massages 2 times a week, 3 times a week, once a week. Maybe even just as you get older, you get into it more and more. So this is not a weird thing. Now, 66 different therapists in 17 months, I think a lot of people would be alarmed by, because normally professional athletes have their body guru, their particular massage that they do. The person gets to know the muscles, gets to know the body a little bit. But massages are something that are normal, and I assume they have a network of massage therapists they deal with in Cleveland already. Don't you think, D-Bud?
Yeah, most likely that the teams have already vetted. And like you said, usually I mean, it's a pretty, intimate setting.
What about the offseason?
How do you monitor this? That'll be interesting. And if he does violate, what's the repercussions of that? But wow, this is wild. This whole situation is wild. But I don't see Deshaun continuing to address this though. And he's said from beginning, I'm innocent with sexual assault, violence, things like that. But I also think the other actions, maybe. I don't know. This shit is weird. But
he's not going to address it. You don't think?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. By the way, if you were in Deshaun Watson's camp, the Cleveland Browns camp, the NFL's camp, basically everybody that is associated with Deshaun now on a team of Deshaun almost and in there, they're all like, let's not talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's if somebody asks, Deshaun asks, what happens when somebody asks me? Well, we tell them we're not talking about it. And you're going to have to do that for how long? Probably the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Dude. Like this is going to,
What about his teammates too, though? I would assume some media member is going to ask their teammates, like, how do you feel about Deshaun being back in the team now, or like his 11 game? Do you agree, disagree? I would imagine some of them are going to have to deal with that as well.
Here's Diana Rossini, ESPN insider and pundit. The signing of the settlement only means Watson is ending the legal process. This has nothing to do with an admission of guilt. Those close to him share with me today he regrets putting himself in a position. This isn't an admission or an apology to the women involved. All right. Some more information will roll out. It is, I guess, exactly how we all think it is right now. Yep. And this is the world we live in. And we got to remember that.
The last thing you were talking about how Jimmy Haslam feels, he said he would make the trade for Deshaun Watson all over again, knowing what he knows now.
Well, Haslam hasn't seen him play football yet. Okay, so
you already spent that money.
Let's ask Jimmy Haslam next year, week 10, week 11. Let's see how it's all going. If they're winning, guess what Jimmy Haslam's going to say? I don't regret it, not one bit. Yeah. Not one bit. I mean, we changed his life too. Look, he's getting massages from licensed massage. He actually got better here. He's got actual body gurus here. He's doing this. If they don't win games.
Oh, yeah.
He's regretted the fuck out of it.
Yeah, forever.
And everybody has said that since the beginning. Deshaun Watson is so good on the football field. That's why any of this is happening. And people need to remember, you be who you can afford to be. In all aspects of life, Deshaun Watson is that fucking good on the football field. Will he still be week 13 of this NFL season? We shall see. I asked Darius in the first hour, AJ, week 13, and Darius brought this up. That's like post-Thanksgiving almost football. That's everybody's playing their best football. Every team has been figured out. He hasn't played football in years. Now, Jacksonville, he didn't look great, obviously, but that's fucking preseason. Can't really judge it. Will he still be a good, for how good of a player he was is why this whole conversation's happening, right? Yeah. That's why all this is even taking place. If he wasn't as good at football as he was, you can best believe that no motherfucker would be signing up to put this. The Browns ain't doing it. The NFL ain't doing it. There would be an entire thing if he wasn't as good as he was when he's there. 2 years is a long time off the football field, AJ. That's a long time, especially it's been 2 hard years, right? I mean, this hasn't just been chilling on a beach. I'm retired years. This has been bang, bang. Oh, yeah. Mentally challenging, I assume. Who knows how his body is. Do you think he's just going to be able to hop back in there against the Houston Texans in there and play good football? That'd be an incredibly mentally tough feat, I think, if he's able to do that.
I mean, it may take some time. It may have some ring rust, as they say, like when boxers and MMA fighters take some time
or
off.
Wrestlers, yeah.
Ring rust, like you as well. Like you don't seem to have any ring rust when you take 6 months in between a match or a program.
I did. I had some ring rust.
It's all part of the show, though.
And there was some rope moisture, too. There was ring rust and there was some rope moisture that I did not account for. And also, there was humid air that I did not account for. Yeah. So it was amateur shit, too. So I had really a 4-piece of mistakes with ring rust being one of them in there. But, yeah, I just think that's a long time away from players that have just been getting better every day.
And they're in the heart, towards the end of when you get in that rhythm when you're in season, especially if your team's playing well, and it's here we go. Every week runs into the next, and every day you gain more and more confidence, and you feel more comfortable playing together too.
And Darius, you mentioned this. Are you going to take reps away from Jacoby if you're doing well? And if you're not doing well, are you putting Deshaun in anyways? If your team's not doing well, you're probably not going to put Deshaun in to end the season where you're going to be shit. If you are doing well, are you taking reps away from the starting quarterback whenever you need to continue to do well? How they balance it all those last 6 weeks of him coming out will be very interesting to watch. And I wonder if anybody will even know, or I assume it'll be asked about.
It'll probably be
yes.
but it's not a terrible situation to be in football-wise, though. You know, if you got Deshaun Watson, you got to decide if he's going to be playing or not. So not a bad situation for them. And once again, I do have faith in Jacoby with how this offense and this team is built and this roster is built that Barry put together. But it will be an interesting situation for him.
I think this NFL season is going to be awesome.
Best yet.
Hey, AJ, we missed you at training camp yesterday, dude.
That was fun, man. It was fun to watch. You guys going through the blaster, everything. It was impressive.
We weren't prepared enough. You know?
What do you mean? I'm shocked to hear that, but what do you mean?
Yeah, thank you for being alarmed. I appreciate that. I don't think, we're pretty cavalier going in there. And by we, I mean me. I didn't really look into it enough to really start piecing it together. Zito went up the night before to make sure we could get on air. But we should have done a little bit more like what are we capable of doing? What are we not capable of doing? Really laissez-faire attitude out of me going into there. Like, if the cameras work, we're fucking good. That's a long time of a show to not,
Oh, yeah.
3.5 hours is a long time with, like, can we put videos up? Should we talk about anything that isn't happening, like 4 feet behind us? What can we shoot? What can't we shoot? I guess we're showing some stuff. Obviously, we weren't allowed to show. I mean, it was a full... So, I think the show could have been better.
I thought the camera work was great.
It was. Randy and Harlan top of the line.
Who are they?
So the Colts set that up. The Colts hired somebody, a local production company that we've worked with before. I haven't been with the shooters before. I've been with the audio before. Pistol, the head guy. We appreciate you, Pistol.
Thank you, Pistol.
But Pistol runs a production company here in town, basically. Got trucks and shit. Colts asked him if he could set up that for us to do it. And then they're very nice of the Colts to do that. We told him, with all the shit we got going on right now, we do not have time to go set up a set there. And they said, well, do you want to come? I'm like, we would love to come, but we don't have enough time to set it up. So they're like, what if we help set it up or whatever? It's like, we'd fucking love that. So very, very, very thankful to the Colts for doing that. But yeah, I should have looked into it a little bit more. Like when Zito set something up, or when we set something up, Zito says hey, we have the capability to do this, we have the capability to do this, we can't do this. And then at least there's a little bit of a thought of what we could do for 3.5 hours while we're live. At least it enters my brain at some point before we get live. This one was kind of like, what can we do? What can't we do? Almost on the fly. Diggs was able to talk on the sideline. Then he wasn't. Then he clearly wasn't able to.
Who'd he bury right when he got the mic?
Foles.
Nick Foles played terrible,
Geez.
But then he didn't bury Nick Foles for the whole sentence because remember the back half of the sentence where he complimented Nick Foles, we just couldn't hear it because the fucking audio didn't work, which wasn't anybody's fault, but just the fact that we didn't even think or test. So I'd like to, next year we'll do that better. But it was fucking awesome to be there. To feel the energy, it's like NFL season's here, you know what I mean? MCDC was doing a press conference right next to us. He's 6'6", fucking 260.
Yeah.
He is an absolute monster of a man. His energy's great. The Colts look good. Matt Ryan looked good. And it made me think to myself, what is that stupid pundit on ESPN saying about this Colts team?
That's fair.
I haven't heard enough chatter. I've heard this one particular person on there. He's back on the Wentz wagon somehow.
Is that right?
After all last year, hopped off the Wentz wagon, he's back on there. I haven't heard a single Matty Ice promo out of this guy yet.
Nope.
And after watching him yesterday, he won 14 of 16 and won 7-on-7 drill. Yeah. They scored 55 touchdowns against the Lions yesterday. The Lions offense, I guess, did do well. We did not see that on the other side, so we apologize to the Lions fans because we were burying the Lions.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Because what we were seeing right in front of us that we had cameras on, that Colts team looked very, very good. The Lions defense did not, but I guess the Lions offense did look good as well. Okay. So maybe it is just offense practice yesterday. Joining us now is a man who's become the authority on quarterbacking on ESPN. He was a backup quarterback for a long time, also a starting quarterback in the NFL for a long time. High football IQ. Great synopsis of games. He'll actually be calling tonight's Bears Seahawks.
Ooh, can't wait.
That's right. This man, it's also his birthday.
What?
So, ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to Dahn Orlovsky.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Dan!
Happy Dan-o! Happy birthday, Dan.
What's up, bud? You weren't talking about me, right? Just previous to that, when you were calling you some idiot on ESPN?
No. I was talking about just ESPN pundits as a whole, not you. Not you.
I just wanted to confirm. I just wanted to make sure.
But Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dan.
Happy birthday, Dan. Let's talk about on this birthday, maybe this trip around the sun. Okay, let's start this thing off hot. Let's do some promos for fucking Matt Ryan, okay? Yesterday's practice, the Colts looked unstoppable. 6'7", 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", 6'6". They are Goliaths flying around. This Colts team's going, Dan. I need to hear it out of that face a little bit more. This birthday year, this trip around the sun, pal.
I got you. I've picked them to win the division, just so we're clear.
Really?
And
well,
I
don't know
said
how I like that.
Yeah, picked to win the division. I'm actually, you don't return my text messages, but I'm actually out in Indy next week. I'm hosting like their luncheon, their player luncheon end of camp. So I was like, Pat, I'm going to be in town, but you haven't responded back to me. But no, I agree. Tons of size offensively.
What day? What day are you in town?
Next Thursday and Friday.
You're here Thursday?
Read your text messages.
I don't think you said end of week, and I almost said I do fucking SmackDown.
Literally verbatim said end of next week.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? You tell me what that means. You tell me what that means. End of week.
Late Friday, maybe?
I'm flying in Thursday. I fly out Friday afternoon. But that's not a big deal.
No, but I'm just saying you were pretty nondescript. I mean, you're pretty non-descriptive with that tech. Like end of week. I do Friday Night SmackDown, pal. Multiple millions of people watch every single Friday night.
My kids watch it all the time. My kids watch it all the time.
Well, it's not me. It's everybody else. But I'm just saying, like you say, hey, I'm coming in town end of week. I don't even understand. Follow the product. I got a job. Okay, I'm so sorry. Are you here on Thursday though? We would love to have you here on Thursday.
Yeah, I fly in Thursday.
Let's go! Happy birthday! We'll have a fucking cake! We'll have a cake!
Ice cream cake.
You eat ice cream? No way. We've seen you. You're not eating any ice cream right now, pal.
The summer's basically over. I can start to enjoy food now.
Hey, you've been looking shredded on those beaches, pal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have. You've been on a Peloton. Oh, good wink here? Yeah, baby. All right, anyways.
Has Boston Connor apologized individually for what he said about the Lions just at the end of your show yesterday? I was watching, and he said, I'm just happy the Lions just continue to be the Lions.
Yeah. No, I don't apologize because you should have seen it, Dan. They gave up 180 points. You weren't there.
Dan, we did not see the Lions offense, though. We only saw the Lions defense. Lions defense had a rough day against the Indianapolis Colts yesterday, but I guess the Lions offense did pretty well as well. Well, we didn't see that was the other end. You know what I mean? That was down the other end. So we were kind of picking and choosing what we were covering yesterday, much like you guys do on ESPN. Let's talk about this. Okay, let's move on here, and we apologize to the Lions fans.
Sorry.
Happy birthday. Tonight, Bears Seahawks. What's the storyline in there? We obviously know COVID hit Drew Lock a couple of days ago. Had no idea COVID was still a thing. It is. Producer for Get Up got a good shot. Still rocking the mask. Still saving the world. Appreciate them doing that this morning over there. Still a thing. Drew Lock's out. Other than that, what are the storylines tonight? Justin Fields is a guy. Is he not a guy? And who are you calling the game with?
I'm with Levy, Louis Riddick, and Laura Rutledge down on the field. So it's our first time together.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. It's been cool. We've been out here since Monday night. No offense to any people on the West Coast. This West Coast time frame is just wild. But it's the longest I've spent with like Lewis and Levy, although I've worked with them and just really enjoyed kind of hanging out with them and being around football with them. So we got to go to practice. I'll tell you this, we had a really good conversation with Chicago yesterday. Chicago's Justin is obviously the forefront of their organization, but their organization is in such a difficult place, the health of their roster, because of, past years and missed picks and all that stuff. So I think they've got a really good perspective on what the goal is for Justin, not only tonight, but also for this year. The reality of they're not as talented nearly enough to make a fair evaluation of him. So I think just watching how he plays in comparison to last week, I'll tell you the big thing that I would be looking for is, his shoulders. Simply put, keeping his shoulders perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. Yep, the way you're facing right now.
Yeah, I know.
In comparison to getting them, getting them parallel. Once he sometimes gets off his first read, he turns parallel to the line. He becomes a runner more than a thrower. So, just the ability to move in the pocket rather than leave the pocket. So I think that's the thing. They got a left tackle who's a 5th round pick who's probably going to be their starting left tackle. So watching how he plays against a good pass rush, Their third-round receiver, Bayless Jones, out of Tennessee, will be the first time he gets to play. So how does he look? The youth of their second. I mean, they're just such a young team. Seattle's really interesting because, in my opinion, you get the feeling that they want Drew Lock to be their starting quarterback.
Whoa!
You get that feeling. He obviously is not going to play, so how does can Gino go out there and just basically take the job? They got some young talent though too, dude. They got a corner that looks like Richard Sherman when he plays. So it'd be cool to watch those starters play for a chunk of time.
Dane, how tough would it be if you're a quarterback and last year you got blasted, your O-line didn't do a great job. Say at times Justin Fields was running for his life. If you have to sit back there and be a pocket passer and they're telling you, hey, don't take off. How tough can that be, though, if you haven't had that really in the NFL?
Hey, stay perpendicular. Stay perpendicular.
Yeah, stay perpendicular. Shoulders perpendicular. I think it's probably one of the hardest things to do as a young quarterback. The way I kind of say it, AJ, is like we want these young quarterbacks, and I heard Matt talking about this yesterday. It was like the pressure and expectation that's on these young guys. We want these young quarterbacks to develop. Well, the only way that you develop as a quarterback in the league is breaking bad habits and building winning habits, good habits, right at the position. But that's really hard to do. But also, hey, it's 3rd and 7. No one's open. The pocket is collapsing. And the only way for us to get a first down is for me to leave it, and run. But that's not me necessarily developing, with the aspect of like, dude, hang in the pocket. And I think there's got to be, the demand for him to do that while also being very patient and understanding it's really easy for everybody, myself included, to sit there and be like, hey, dude, hang in the pocket when you're sitting there going 4 or 5 plays in a row, I've got my head beat in. You want me to hang in here? I'm not. So I think I don't want to say it's impossible, but that is probably the hardest thing that he'll experience this year.
Hope he stays perpendicular, has a little bit more faith in that offensive line. Darius, oh, good hands.
Good hands, soft hands.
Wow.
So, after staying
You
perpendicular.
play DB because you don't have soft hands.
All right, so Dan, I'm glad you brought that up, actually. We had Pac-Man Jones at practice yesterday, and it brought back some memories. My true freshman year, and I redshirted, I was actually Pac-Man Jones in practice, and I picked you all probably 4 times. Had him and Coach Ambrose pissed off at me. But I'm actually about Justin.
Well, I could see you're drinking at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, this is true. I had to go get up and piss earlier, so you might be onto something there. But Justin Fields, we talked about him kind of in the pre-draft. Me and you talked about him kind of privately, and I know you had some concerns with his release or his throwing motion coming into the league. How do you feel about that? And then on the other side with Seattle, I know you said you feel like the team probably wants Drew Lock to start. But who would you go with, the QB guru? Who would you go with day one out there in Seattle?
Yeah, so we talked about, Justin yesterday with their offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, and their general manager, Ryan Poles, about that. Just because I straight up asked Ryan Poles, their new general manager, I get there's 32 jobs as a general manager in the NFL. So, yes, you're going to take the opportunities when they're presented to themselves. Was Justin a reason why that you chose that job, or was he just part of, hey, I'm the general manager of the Bears? And he was like, yeah, he was one of the big reasons why. And we asked him what his feelings were coming out, and he said super talented, powerful, but he knew that some of the mechanics throwing the ball impacted his accuracy, and they wanted to really focus on the tightening of those mechanics and not changing the throwing motion, but the tightening of it. And I kind of learned this straight up. I paid attention to it a little bit more watching Carson Wentz struggle with the accuracy. And Pat, you got the ball, right? So give me the ball above the ball. Yep. Now get your elbow above the ball. So that happens a little bit with Carson and Justin, and it makes some misses.
Sweet photos,
Sweet
photos right here. You know what I mean? Like action. Like that's a sweet photo. And then what? Here. And then up?
Yeah, and it makes for a little bit more of a, the ball dropping down, a little bit more miss instead of the ball going up and back. So again, I don't think it's the, the.
What's the right move, Dan? Dan! I'm gonna go parallel because I'm gonna show. It's a showcase here. I'm not running. I'm throwing though. They fucking need to know that. So the natural. You're saying Justin Fields goes boom down, then around, then up.
Yep. And not all the time. but it happens. Yep. Same
And
with Carson.
That's their natural throws. Or like that's more baseball.
Yeah, I can't answer that. I don't know if that's more baseball or not. I think you see a lot of shortstops do that and infielders for sure, but it's something that is part of their throwing motion individually. Yeah.
And then you're saying what they worked on, and you think is good news, I assume, and so does Getsy, the new coordinator for up here, behind ear, then through.
Yeah, you're never going to. Yes, you aren't going to change someone's motion. Justin's been throwing and nor should you. He's been throwing like that for 20 years. But you want to try and again, in their words, tighten it up. And so it's not as maybe glaring, or it doesn't happen as often. And I think that's something that they've said they wanted to focus on. Also his feet, so there's some of that mechanics stuff that they're really honed in on. So that's something that,
2 seconds.
Again, the building of the good habits, the building of the winning habits. So the really cool thing was, hearing them talk about, how much he's attacked learning their offense. Luke Getsy said he's the greatest. Again, Luke Getsy's their play caller, offensive coordinator. He's the best he's been around when it comes to being able to recite the play back to him.
Oh,
so
that's a big deal. That's a massive ordeal.
Yeah, oh yeah. And for that offense and for a young player who's learned it for 5-6 months, he said, he gives it to him once and the kid is able to just immediately respond back to it or repeat back to it. And it's a lot of people think it's an intellect thing. Yeah, that's part of it, yes, but and Luke Getsy said it's a work ethic thing, and he said he's really attacked that. So I'm super excited to watch him play. But I've also been very adamant, do not expect progress and growth as far as I think Justin Fields is or is not the guy, because I just don't believe they have the proper people around him to make that assessment. As far as Seattle, I would start Geno Smith. I think he has a greater feel and understanding of their offense. I think he throws the heck out of the ball.
Yep. Concur.
But if you want to tell me we're going to start Drew Lock because we don't think we're a contender and he's talented and we'll see what we got, I can understand that.
Corner.
Hey, Dan, happy birthday. How do you think the AFC West is going to play out? Because it feels as though any of those teams could go on and win the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I agree that any of them can. The team that I have said I feel is going to win it, and I still feel that way, is Denver.
Because Russ, he's crying during preseason game. He's not playing in national anthems. This guy seems to be his best version of himself. He wore his own jersey at training camp. Yeah. Most confident he's ever been. Loudest he's ever been. Most well-liked he's ever been. And they got the richest owner in sports. The Broncos, is that why? Are you all in on Russ? That's why Russ in Denver? Is that your feeling?
Yeah, I think Russ is obviously a tremendous player. I don't think Russ has ever had the situation offensively that he has in Denver, where elite scheme and play calling, and that's this offense that comes from Kyle Shanahan, Mike Shanahan, Gary Kubiak, with Nathaniel Hackett, and Nathaniel Hackett, at least in Green Bay, seems to have been a great play caller. When he had the opportunities to do that, matched with really high end talent. I think the skill position people in Denver are really talented. So I don't think Russ has ever had those two together. He's had some really high end skill in Seattle, but I don't think he's ever had the scheme to match it at the same time. I think the reason why I say Denver, and is I think they're the one offense in the division that can do whatever is necessary offensively. When a defense is going to come out and say, we are going to force you to run the ball 40 times to beat us, and we're not going to give you any shots over the top and give you the chance to throw the deep ball. I think they're the one team schematically that is willing and capable of calling and doing it that way. I don't think the Chargers have proven that. I know the Chiefs haven't proven that, and the Raiders haven't, and that's one of the reasons why.
They got Anthony Lynn's game management disciple on the horn still.
I'd be shocked if the Broncos won the division.
Dane, what about Carson Wentz?
Yeah,
in Washington, how's he going to do?
Hey, sorry, AJ. Darius said be very shocked at the Broncos.
No, I would. I said I would. If the Broncos jumped in here and won this division, I'd be shocked. You know how I feel about Herbert. Shocked. If anybody outside of the Chargers or the Chiefs, obviously Chiefs, there you got Andy Reid there, you still got Patrick Mahomes. They'll fucking figure it out. But Herbert, having the continuity they have on offense and then all those pieces that they added on defense, I'd be shocked if Denver comes in. I mean, they lost.
Happy birthday, Dan. You're wrong.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I mean, anything happens. And then the Raiders, Raiders got, Devontae. Wilder,
I
Josh
love the fact
McDaniels,
that,
great.
like, I'd be shocked if 50% of the division doesn't win. Really going out on a limb there.
I'd be shocked.
Oh, Dan. Happy birthday,
Into
Dan.
the division, but
Dan's wagging.
Yeah, I'd be
Way to
shocked
go,
if
Dan.
the freaking Broncos or the Raiders jumped up and won this division. I'd be shocked, personally.
What is it, Dano's wagon?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it? Dano's wagon? No,
that's the dumbest segment on television.
no. Don't worry about that. It changes every week. You pick a new MVP candidate, and then at the end of the day, you picked all of them. So whenever. We love you, Dan. Happy birthday, Dan. AJ, your question. Sorry, we got to cut that.
Oh, I
off.
asked about Carson Wentz in Washington. How's he going to do?
Oh, he's going to be great. MVP. I'd be shocked if he went to that.
You're still there, right? You're still on the bandwagon.
I'd be shocked if Carson Wentz doesn't win MVP. I think Carson will play good. Like, I think he'll play good. I can't sit here and say that, like, I feel that Carson is the difference between Washington winning the division and not winning the division.
Does he, revive his career?
So revive his career. I feel like he revived his career a little bit last year in Indy. Like, I'm one of those people who thought he played good last year. I don't think he played great. I think everybody knows, probably Pat just as much as anyone, that the move for Indy was very much so about off the field, more so, or as much as on the field, right? And
I'm with Dan here.
I think he's like proved I'm a starting quarterback. I don't know if people are like, hey, this is a starting quarterback that we have to have. He's a difference maker for our team to go win the Super Bowl.
Did you watch the games last year, Dan? You didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't watch the games, Pat.
Put your Dan wagon, okay? Hitch that thing up. Get in the film room. Watch those games. All right. And Darius is agreeing with you, and he had to watch all those Colts games.
I agree. I agree 100%.
They have 55 Pro Bowlers on that team. They didn't make the playoffs. They lost to Jacksonville.
If you look at those last two games, it was a lot more than just Carson Wentz.
I disagree.
Not showing up. And Raiders in Jacksonville, if we've been honest. And to Dan's point, who was Carson throwing to for most of you? He didn't have it's not like he was. He's got much better weapons this year. I'm not saying he played great, but he definitely played good enough to where you look at him and say, all right, this year I wouldn't be surprised if he's a top freaking 12 quarterback.
Okay, so you're saying top 12 quarterback? Jeez Christ. Jeez Louise.
Last year.
With Baker?
He was last year.
What, stats? I get what you guys are saying. His stats look great.
Dougie Mills.
Everybody didn't watch the games, I think. They'll just go off the stats. He threw 5 picks against the Niners that were dropped. That's just one half of one game.
It was in a torrential downpour, bro.
Yeah. Jimmy G didn't throw us 6.
Look at Connor's quarterback. With bad weather, they didn't throw the ball at all.
Nope. Exactly. That's what we should have been doing. Give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Carson Haley. Check. Torrential downpour. I'm throwing it 50 times tonight. That's the problem I think that everybody has with Carson. Now, I appreciate and respect the fact that you have been lied about the fact that he has talent. He does. I think he is very talented. His throwing motion, I can't take him putting the ball down here. I just can't do that. All right, that's a little bit too long. I'm from, Pittsburgh. Dan Marino fucking got that ball out quick, okay? And he had darts and everything. But acting like he played great last year is just an indicator that you didn't watch the games, I think, personally. That's just what I think personally. But
acting like I said he played great last year is an indicator that you didn't listen to the things that I said.
Probably, but nonetheless, let me finish this, okay? Let me finish this. I do believe, to your guys' point, most situations, if off the field was good as well, for whatever reason, I didn't learn anything yesterday anymore from what happened last year. Didn't ask about it by anybody behind the scenes, like what the fuck the deal was. But I think they would have gave him another year, I think, is what you were saying, which I was trying to get to. If they give him another year in that offense, I think everybody, after how he played last year, he's learning the offense last year, he had a foot thing at the beginning of training camp. I think you're right with that. It was the off-the-field shit that made them move on much quicker.
What off-the-field stuff?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You tell me.
That's not like mainstream, is it? I don't see Dane on ESPN saying that, do you?
Darius, what do you say?
I'm not going to get into it, but I've said it before.
What was it? What did you say?
Some things, when Carson was there was a lot of things that all the teams were dealing with off the field.
Right.
And he also missed time in the preseason as well, which is important when you're in a new system, even when you're with the same play caller. But I'm not here to make excuses for anybody. You know, he's a talented guy. He went to the top of the draft for a reason. I think you got to surround. Same thing I've been saying about Matt coming here. You got to surround him with talent, or this talent has to develop. Like that is important. Stafford went to L.A., a bunch of talent around. Brady went to Tampa when everybody was saying he was washed. Bunch of talent. Like, you need talent around. Like, guys, you can't just, I don't know, people, throw them open and this, that. That's not real life in the NFL. Like, it's a skill to get open, and not only get open, but be open at the right time. So, and Carson, you got to throw the ball on time as well. So it's blame to go both ways, but I think he has good talent around him this year. So it'll be a good to evaluate him.
What happened off the field? To AJ's credit, what was it, Dan? Will you tell us? Because you're not saying this on ESPN during the Dan Wagon segments, are you? Let's hop off the Dan Wagon real quick and talk about some ancillary shit. What is it? Do you know what it was?
Yeah, I've said it on ESPN. I think
whoa! This guy.
No, I mean, you hear stuff. You hear that the personality doesn't mesh the way that you want in a locker room, that the style of leadership doesn't mesh. I don't want to say, like, there's levels of accountability, right? You know, like there's guys who will take blame for everything. You know, Matthew Stafford was a guy. I guarantee Matt Ryan's a guy like, hey, that's on me or whatever. You know, or there's levels where you go, you know, like maybe he could have been better. Or maybe, you know, I just think that you hear the lack of like, I got this. I will get this right. You know, this is my show, my offense. Like, I think that maybe that lack of alpha accountability, I want to call it. I don't know what it was desired a little bit more. And then
so Dan, him going to Washington might be great for him too. Like him getting out of this situation that, from what you're hearing now, this is said on ESPN.
Yeah, holy shit.
So on ESPN. So this is not us reporting this, but this is said on ESPN. All the things you're saying, he's probably happy to not be there because his personality and style wasn't exactly what they were looking for. Do you think that's the case, or do you think he's like
I think you got to be able to. I think he's got to learn some of that stuff as well. You know, in kind of embrace some growth and change from it. You know, I saw the interview a couple weeks ago with that reporter who asked those really difficult questions, and I thought Carson handled it really well. But I think that you have to be honest and sit there and say, well, if Indianapolis chose to move on from me and it wasn't solely based on my performance, then what are the things that it was based on that I have to sit here and kind of address and decide to get a little bit better at, or grow from, or kind of improve in my, quarterbacking, not just on the field leadership role. So I don't want to sit here and say like it's going to be better for him, because it's only better if he like sits there and tries to improve on that stuff and grow from it and develop it, and I think that, if you told me like what's the big thing that he's on the field's got to like, when he gets into those spaces, and you talked about him a lot last year, where it's like, I'm going to score 25 points on this play. Like when he gets into that place, you got to find a way to get him out of it quick. And I don't necessarily know how to get that done as a play.
Ayahuasca?
Maybe.
I could help.
Is he taking ayahuasca?
Might need to.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, Dan.
What do you guys do at ESPN? You want to talk about what the MVP does to get to the MVP mindset?
Oh, is that okay? So you said, and I got you. That might be the answer. I couldn't comment.
Dan, you tripping balls right now, dude? You in Seattle? You on some ayahuasca? You microdosing over there?
I'm drinking boxed water. You ever seen boxed water, dude?
Yeah, Will Smith's kid sells it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Remember, he dropped off a bunch of cartons of milk up there in Detroit.
That's right.
Very nice kid. Boxed water tastes vastly different. I'm a cold water drinker, though. You like cold water or bland-ass, boring, warm water?
I like either or.
No, you like happy birthday. You like warm water, right? You like room temperature water?
I mean, this is room temperature. It's in a box, so this isn't cold. It's room temperature. But I'll drink it. It's wet.
Yeah, ice cold water though is the best, isn't it? Ice cold water, and
I love ice cold
Crushed
water,
ice.
but I don't like. Are you drinking ice cold water in January in Indy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cold water.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, surprised AJ likes cold water. Kind of did not. That came out of left field. Just learned that ice cold water.
AJ seems like a cold water shower guy.
Oh, I will every once in a while.
Ending cold, yeah. You know that. You probably do too, Dan.
Actually, when you get in your car in the winter and you left the water bottle in there and now it's icy, that's the best.
My God! Hey, look at Mother Nature cooking my water to the perfect temp here. 33 degrees.
33 degrees.
So good. Last question here, Dan, on your birthday. We can't thank you enough before the big game of the night. Look at you calling NFL games. You've been working your ass off to get to this point. You
got
deserve
to go. I mean, I saw Aikman yesterday. I met Aikman. Obviously, that's the Troy Aikman could punch me in the face and break my face. He is built like an absolute bear.
Yeah, he has his own beer now too.
What? Yeah. Doesn't he drink 5 gallons of water a day or something?
Yeah, and he works out too. He doesn't just do the I'm starving myself. Oh, okay. All right. He eats though. You don't eat, right?
Not really. I think it's overrated.
That's why Troy could just smack you around though. Because Troy's in there, protein and like working out and everything like that. You know what I mean?
I'm also from Connecticut, and he's from like country town, Oklahoma. So that's probably part of it as well.
No, I think there's some tough. I mean, Connecticut has Owen. He told an 8-year-old this guy to go fuck himself.
No, he just said it. He knows what Connecticut's about, and he just let everybody know too.
All right, you need to relax. Ty, your question for Dano on his birthday here?
Happy birthday, Dano. Anytime Aaron Rodgers says anything, people tend to overreact. So I don't think I was really surprised by the reaction today and yesterday after he kind of dressed down his receivers. And maybe that doesn't happen publicly a whole lot, but how often does that type of conversation have during camp between a quarterback and his wide receivers?
Yeah, all the time. I remember, being a part of teams with, like, again, Matthew Stafford, where he would sit there and try to have conversations with guys about, listen, you can't go outside release on this because it's going to impact the play, all that stuff. And he kept, he never really, I don't think he did it publicly, but I'm not surprised by Aaron doing that because I think that I think Matt LaFleur honestly said it the best. He was like, the urgency that he's, kind of seeing in the situation is what he liked from it the most. So those aren't, first of all, it's not abnormal for these things to happen, let alone the fact that most of these receivers are young players. And so this isn't some, like, surprising aspect. This is a little bit anticipated of. This is why back in the spring, when everyone was like, Aaron Rodgers needs to be at OTAs and mini camps, and I was like, no, he doesn't. These kids need to even learn the playbook before he's there. So I'm not surprised by it, but I think that his kind of urgency to be realistic in a situation that we gotta get this better real quick is probably the necessary thing needed in the moment.
All right, Dan, we appreciate you so much. Happy birthday. What time's the game tonight?
Dan.
8:00 Eastern time. Out on Pacific, I have no idea. I feel like I'm in outer space.
Oh, it's 5. I mean, that's easy math. Hour 2 is ending. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. You all are the best. See you then. Home run, Dan. Thank you for that. We're still live on YouTube, off on radio. But just had a hard out at 52 because we missed the first one because we just chatted with you about your birthday. Probably celebrated you super hard during that one. So now we had to stack 2 hard outs. And if we miss it at all, we ruin the next hour, which we have done in the past. Home run.
So who runs that? Is that Zito for you?
Yeah, Zito's got a button down here right next to Nick's leg. He's got to push.
Is Zito smart or is that a learned trait?
He's a genius.
Savant.
He is a savant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I that's what I would have guessed. I would have taken him as a genius.
Didn't sound like
What the hell is this?
What is wrong with you?
North Carolina alum.
What the hell is this about?
It's his birthday.
But he's a Tar Heel.
What does that mean to Dan?
He's smart.
Dan doesn't care.
Yeah, I am a Tar Heel alumni.
He took an online class at North Carolina, and they sent him a certificate. So he's North Carolina alum, dude. You ever been there? No, you went to UConn.
That's how I became an ordained minister to do people's weddings. $82. I did it online to marry somebody, and now I can do a wedding for anybody that wants it.
I think 3 people on the screen right now have the ability to marry people. I think mine is only like $15 a year, though. I think you got ripped off.
Yeah, 82. Jesus.
No, I was a one-time fee. I don't have an annual fee. They're $15 a year. I was $82 straight up.
Oh, that was a good move, actually. Yeah. Golly, because 5-6 years from now, it might come in time where we need to call in to
bullpen.
Bring in Orlovsky. Yeah. Anybody have a minister of love or whatever the fuck it is? Ordained Dan.
Minister of love.
I do. All right. We appreciate you, dude. Happy birthday. Can't wait to hear you call an NFL game tonight. Very excited for you, man. You called all those noon games
for
so long.
Gonna miss him. West Virginia. Had a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Are you calling on Saturday still?
Yeah, I'm going to do college games still. I got Utah, Florida week 1. So we have this game, and then we have the Jets Falcons on Monday night, the 22nd, and then we have week 2 to start the regular season, Buffalo, Tennessee. So
Let's go, Dan, huh?
yeah, it'll be a good fall, kid. Be a good fall.
You deserve it.
I don't know about that, but thank you.
When are you coming in town? Thursday or Friday? Late next
Thursday.
week? Late next week. What
I
time?
fly in Thursday. I leave Friday afternoon after the luncheon. Do you think Ursay giving me $100 like he was giving all the fans today?
Ursay gives everybody $100. Yesterday, he didn't give any of us $100.
Nah, that was weird.
He gave us some great stories though yesterday. He gave us some great stories yesterday.
I watched yesterday, man. I watched while I was working out.
So you saw the Colts just demolish the Detroit Lions defense.
So bad.
Demolished, dude. Did you watch Hard Knocks? You watching Hard Knocks right now?
I have not seen Hard Knocks yet.
Episode
How did
1.
Rodriguez look yesterday?
He's filling a hole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple hits.
Boom. He was
Go
going.
downhill.
Yeah, Shep, former teammate of ours, Kelvin Shepard, is the linebacker coach for Rodrigo. I was talking to him.
Oh, really?
I was talking to him before practice, and he talked about like he was excited to see these boys see Jonathan 2-8. He said, "I'm excited to see these boys see Jonathan Taylor tomorrow." Like that's an interesting thing to think about from the other team. Like they got the guy. I'm excited to see what our guys react to the guy. And I don't think Jonathan Taylor got the ball more than like 2 times.
No, barely put him in.
Keep them fresh. No need for touches in August.
Well, he had his Guardian cap on.
Nick just asked via my earpiece here. Very sophisticated production we got.
Hell yeah.
Hit the hard out earpiece question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Nick has a microphone in front of him, and he controls the audio to the microphone in front of him, literally himself. Could have asked this himself, but he said, hey, you know what? One Pat to get this one. And I appreciate you, Nick.
This was more of a just me talking to Zito back here. I think Zito then interpreted that as something I wanted to ask you, which was not the case, but I will happily ask Dan the question.
It's a great question.
That.
I think you should ask this
Okay.
because we got a chance to see Dano in some highlights just a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, your question for Dan Orlovsky, that should be fantastic.
Dan, first of all, happy birthday. Second of all, I was just curious to know, like, how do you think you would have fared under an MCDC coach team if you were the quarterback and he was your head coach?
I mean, I had a guy like that in Rod Marinelli. They were pretty similar. I think Dan actually played under Rod Marinelli together with me in Detroit. So I grew up like old school, get yelled at, all that stuff. So very intense. So I would thrive under Dan Campbell. We're both meatheads.
Yeah.
Zito.
Happy birthday, Dan. That's fucked up.
Jeez, guys.
Jeez Louise.
Zito
dude.
owed him one.
What?
Yeah.
What did I miss? Or did I
Struck a
not
chord
hear?
with Zeke.
That was
Yeah.
a massive pop out of Zeke in the back. I mean, full belly laugh.
Yeah.
That was a good joke.
All right, we got to get out of here. Dan Campbell was always open, though, huh? 7-Eleven guy?
They always are.
You and Dan Campbell still have a relationship?
I haven't talked to him in years, but I'm sure if I said hello, he'd take back. Yeah.
Hey, we saw some highlights out of Dan.
Oh, yeah.
To
Some
MCDC.
dimes.
Yeah.
You threw some dimes to Dan Campbell.
Corner pocket.
Serious.
I didn't suck.
12
Okay.
years.
It's a long time in the
Long
NFL.
time.
But
We're not saying you suck, dude. We're just saying
Jeez.
get a chance to throw a football to lightning in a human body.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell. I mean, that should have been something that has come up before. In Hard
Dude,
Knocks.
I'll never forget.
Go ahead.
I'll never forget. Dan Campbell used to literally play games with double elbow braces. You know the elbow braces that were like AJ. You probably know them. They look like the ACL braces of old, like the double.
JJ Watt,
braces.
yeah.
I'm open, man.
Helmet. You know, brace on the knee, double spatted cleats, and I was sitting there going, "God, like, dude, your body is falling apart in the middle of the game."
No, it's not. You should see him now.
Oh, my
he
God.
is a monster.
Yeah, open.
What's
I'm
up?
open. Yeah, I got it. You can't move. But that dude played as hard as humanly possible, man. Like, he was that guy. You know, like, you need another play, coach? Dude, it's 45-3, Dan. We're getting our butts kicked.
Yeah, but just like you, Dan. You and Dan Campbell. Dan Orlovsky, Dan Campbell. Little tag team
Same
of
guy.
meatheadness. Yeah. Football guys.
Hell yeah.
I tell you what, man. That Dan Orlovsky, man.
Throw such a tight fucking spiral, man.
I'm always open. I told him, man. That's because of how good he threw the ball, man. All right. We need more MCDC on Hard Knocks next week.
Yeah.
NFL Films, listen, I understand you owed journalists and journalism good feel-good stories and stuff like that, and we can appreciate that and respect it. MCDC's a once-in-a-generation type coach. We don't know how long he's going to be a head coach for. We need all the Dan Campbell we can get. And I can't believe you got to be a teammate with him. I couldn't even imagine seeing him every day at work. That would be fucking awesome.
The best, man. Just the best.
Just like you, Dan. All right, good luck tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday, Dan Orlovsky. Thank you, Dan. All right, let's get to a break. We're back in about 2.5 minutes. Meathead, just like me.
Goddamn right.
Twins.
All right, talk to you later, D-Butt.
All right, we're back in about 2
See you,
minutes.
D-Butt.
All right, see you, D-Butt. He walked out on Mark Caboli earlier. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I saw what you did to him with the picture, and he called you out.
It wasn't me.
That was awesome.
It wasn't me. It was a conversation. It was a miscommunication.
Yeah.
Between me
He
and
didn't
Zito.
call you out. He enjoyed it, but it was, and then you guys, the whole clip was beautiful. So yes, I'm going to revisit that later.
Mark Caboli is. I love that man.
Yeah, if you're in his mentions, come on.
Come on, be nice to that guy.
Yeah,
Is there
he be nice. Yeah, I heard him. He was
Was there
upset.
someone in like a public bathroom taking a picture of him dumping the other day? Like he was like, "Oh yeah, that's a face I made
Well, I
in
was
the
taking
toilet
shit.
the other day."
You know, those poor Johns, when you sit down, they got the little reflection thing. I saw my face for the first time. What? Steelers, give me a runaround. Let's get out of here. Is this thing stopped? Nope. All right, we're back in 2 minutes. Cheers. Couple quick questions, though, that we have to get cleared up.
Okay.
You walk into a store, okay, and it's like a farming store.
Oh man.
Okay.
This is new. This is new to me.
No, I think you'll get it right. I think you'll get it right.
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply. There's a John Deere tractor right here, and then there's a Bobcat tractor right here. Which one are you more likely to purchase, Matt?
John Deere.
Hell yeah!
My dad had one growing up.
Oh, hell, all you need to know. That is all you need to know.
Oh yeah.
All right, that was the only question.
Holy shit.
All right, that was the most important part of this whole thing.
Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah.
Bucket.
Super Bowl. Do you want to guarantee a Super Bowl or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
Come on.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show, Hour 3 on this glorious Feel the Beat Thursday, August 18th, 2022. Shall commence immediately following this beat drop from Twine. Here we go, Adam, baby. Nah, I fucked it up. From the top. I mean, it's. Jeez, but we. Getting a runaround.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 3 on this glorious Feel the Beat Thursday. The beat's been missing, the talk's been hitting. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. now.
Here we go.
Hour 3, everybody's all on the same page. That's fantastic. This show is truly award-winning by absolutely nobody. It's trash, but we appreciate you all for watching and listening. Today's show is especially important and a big one because not only is AJ Hawk to my left, you're right, former college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, and COVID survivor. Not only is the Talks table here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor, and one half of the Hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, Tone Diggs, but live in studio, 9-year NFL vet, Darius Butler. Debo, what's your big takeaway from today, the last 2 days, whenever we've been covering the sport of football for the NFL? You know, with you aboard, it's been great having you around.
Hey, it's been great being here. My takeaway from the day is, shit, don't throw away good food, man. That's what I took away from Mark, man. 4 hours in his pocket. What am I supposed to do? Fucking throw it away?
No, absolutely.
So
not.
last 2 days, just so we get this clear. Okay, we had Jim Mercy on yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about literally Charles Manson was talked about yesterday. KGB bow ties, Jim Brown, Martin Luther King Jr.,
Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali,
Lennon,
Johnny Unitas,
Monets. I mean, there's been a lot to talk about. Michael Pittman had a catch, came on a microphone, screamed in there. Obviously Matt Ryan came on. Dirty showcased incredible athleticism on the field. Today, Yannick Ngakoue coming in. Today, Deshaun Watson news breaking early. Obviously, we felt the beat with everybody. Your big takeaway from that all is, hey, Marco Boli eating that sub 4 hours after putting it in his pocket is not a problem at all, and people need to respect it a little bit. Yeah,
a little more grit. He has a lot of it.
You think Marco Boli is a guy we need to have on the show more often?
Oh, absolutely. He should be on everybody's show. Kidding me?
Oh, you think that?
I want to apologize to Mark, too. I had to go piss in the middle of his interview. But
have him on man-to-man. Make it right.
I'll get him back on there, for sure.
Could you imagine Marco Boli on man-to-man?
Would love it.
Antoine Bethea is 14-year NFL vet. He'll be joining us in like 5 minutes.
Can't wait.
Co-host of the Man to Man podcast. He has some takes on all the things happening around the NFL, which is what we should cover right meow. Aaron Rodgers addressed the wide receivers and the situation of the offense publicly just a couple of days ago. I guess yesterday or this morning there was a meeting in the quarterback's room that Aaron Rodgers led with all the wide receivers and the coaches. Aaron's taken on a little bit more of a coaching role, it feels like, and in his public answer said some things that sounded like a coach's press conference. AJ, have you talked to him since the entire talking about the wide receivers or training camp as a whole? And this isn't normal for Aaron, right? Normally Aaron, kumbaya, super cool guy. Do you think he's taking a little bit more onus on himself for how this offense operates this year?
I mean, yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier, like a sense of urgency. LaFleur knows, like, Aaron definitely has always had a sense of urgency. I'm sure it's always heightened now, especially the older he gets. But I would imagine if he said something publicly like this, it wasn't corrected behind the scenes. Like, he's probably mentioned it a few days before to the guys, whoever's inconsistent, whoever's running wrong routes, whoever's having drops, and then it just spills over kind of publicly, and I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I have no issue with it. And they're young guys. He even mentioned like the young guys need to be more consistent. Well, that's what young guys do. They're inconsistent. So you kind of have to fight through it and find a way to be consistent.
Also, young guys don't understand that you can get your fucking ass cut, right? If you're in the NFL and you're a young guy, a rookie,
you should, man.
You've been good. High school, you've been the best. College, wherever you went, you were the best. You're in the fucking NFL now, you're the best. A lot of guys are staring down their first ever time in their life. They've been told you're not good enough to get on a team. I think that was what Aaron was trying to say. Hey, you drop the ball to me, you get fucking cut. Like, I think there is that sense of urgency. Like, hey, young guys, I know what your football experience has been. This is a fucking different ball game, though. And I guess it's not that bad of a thing. You know, publicly, never like it being handled. But this could be something that maybe flips a switch in some of the young guys in the wide receiver room, D-Butt.
Maybe. I'm not a big fan of it happening publicly. Obviously, like AJ said, they probably had these conversations behind closed doors. Young guys, they're going to, now the media probably going to be asking them about this all day and what happened in the meeting and all this type of shit. But as you guys alluded to, they got to show up. It's the big boy league. And if you're not, you're going to be out of here quick.
You can get a lot of, like the guys that are going up there doing spoken word, at the rookie AJ.
I still can't believe that happened.
The worst part of that.
It happened numerous times. What are you talking about?
Wait, the same person?
No. Somebody else saw it and was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Great idea.
And then it had to get, we had to get in front of it. Like, Chuck had to get actually in front of it. It was like, hey, listen, this is not
that was my room, too.
Yeah, fucking right it was. Guy at a hammy did a backflip at the end of his...
That was the fucking worst part. You got a hammy, you're sitting out of fucking practice, and then you do a backflip.
D-Bot, what are you doing?
Come on, D-Bot.
That was bad.
No,
that was one of our low points.
I think these young guys, though, they just have this, like, naivety. I don't know if that's even a word.
You talk about lack of awareness, man. You got to be kidding me.
Bro, he might have had the red jersey on from practice that he was wearing underneath the hoodie that he was wearing in the team meeting while he did a backflip and was like, stuck it too. Like, great fucking backflip.
He's probably proud of it.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Fucking, I'm going to bring this home with a goddamn backflip. I've been doing this. He hit it and literally, oh, okay.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
You can do a backflip. Wait a minute, hold on. We just had a very hot long practice where the DBs were down a man, and that was the immediate reaction afterwards, like, well, this guy fucking ain't gonna make the team. All right, this guy's out of here. Then the spoken word guys, they have no idea. They think like everybody's like, yeah, all right, you're the man. Instead, it's like, hey, we don't want to hear your fucking shit, dude. And then it got cut. I think both of them fucking cut immediately. It's like they have never experienced that before, though. Always been the person. Every team they've ever been on, every level they've ever been on, and then you run into the NFL, and it's like, yeah, go sell insurance, dude. We'll see if you want to work harder next time. Or maybe Dwayne Johnson will fucking hire you over there at the XFL.
Oh, yeah, get a job over there. I mean, granted, they still have Randall Cobb for the Packers, but do you think Devontae probably took most of those things on himself, and that's why it was never really Aaron in the receivers? Like Devontae handled that more so before?
I don't know. It's an interesting thing. OGs in a room are always a good news. That's why I think the Colts hiring Reggie Wayne to be the wide receiver coach was a smart play because he's an OG in there and you got a lot of young guys. Joining us now is co-host of the Man to Man podcast alongside Darius Butler. 14 years in the NFL, Super Bowl champion, multi-time Pro Bowler, loved in the locker room. Ladies and gentlemen, HBCU Hall of Famer. Antoine Bethea.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey, we're talking about the Aaron Rodgers situation. The first time I really talked about it today was on the Man to Man podcast earlier, and I said, like Ben Roethlisberger would say stuff like this during the season, and it wasn't like, I think it was just how Ben talked. He just naturally pointed out other people's flaws, and then those became like storylines, and everybody was like, hey, Ben, why are you burying your fucking receivers every single week? But I don't think Ben was doing it on purpose, and it was just naturally how he was, and it always got drawback. I think, and you opened my eyes to this, I think Aaron wanted there to be drawback to these guys. Don't you kind of think that was the case? Like, it's a little bit more official if the pressure is coming from literally the whole world as opposed to just in the building. You don't mind this move, 14 years in the NFL, successful and beloved in every locker room you've ever been in.
So again, would I have done it? No. But the conversation we were having, I said, I don't think this is the first time Aaron has said this. Amongst the guys, I'm pretty sure this has been said a couple of times in the meeting rooms, on the practice field, and things of that nature. But I think it becomes more accountability when it is out there in the public stating, "Hey, receivers, we can't keep running the wrong routes. We can't keep dropping the ball." So again, I don't think this is the first time these young receivers have heard this. I think this is probably a time where it's the second or third time of these guys hearing that. And, the guys are Aaron Rodgers, the OC or quarterbacks coach, whoever it may be, they might be getting tired of having to tell the guys to run this route, get 10 yards, get 12 yards, and catch the route.
Antoine, speaking of guys coming in like receivers and making plays like early, what do you think it is like recently, the last, 5, 6, 10 years, where these receivers come from college and they're ready day one and they're superstars the second they get on their new team?
Man, I just think it's just the style of offense that it is. I think the NFL is adapting well to the college style of offense, which makes it easier for the receivers to come in and be effective day one. Whereas, when we were playing, it was a lot of two back. You'll get 11 personnel coming on third down or whatever the case may be. But now it's a spread. Some high up tempo offense where the receivers can just really see what the defense is doing and they can get into their routes.
You think the game's simpler now, and is that good or bad for a guy that played safety for 14 years in the NFL?
Well, I think it's simpler. I wouldn't say that. That's a tough question. I don't think the game ever gets easy. Okay. I never want to downplay, what the guys are, what they're doing out there now, but it's some things that's going on now that I would have loved to be a part of, playing the safety position.
What's that? What is it? More balls getting thrown in the area? Probably more picks? What do you think?
For sure. More balls being thrown. You got quarterbacks throwing the ball 40 times a game. So obviously as DBs, that's more opportunities to get your hands on the ball. And then again, for me as a DB, I would say after the first or second series, or I would say especially the first quarter, you kind of had your tendencies of what the offense wanted to do that day. So when you have a quarterback or offense that's throwing the ball 40 or 50 times, there's only so many route combinations that you can draw up to throw the ball 40 or 50 times. So as the game progresses, as a defender, you're gonna pick up on these keys and these tendencies where you can be more aggressive.
Yep. Jeez, that's like such an interesting thing. You don't play 14 years. And Pac-Man said this yesterday. He said, I played 12 years in the NFL. Like, I don't think I'm dumb. that is something that doesn't get talked about ever. Like, the people that are most successful, and I guess we try to talk about it, the people that are most successful in the NFL for the longest are the people that can get it in between the years. I mean, that is, with the amount of guys that are coming in training camp who all can run fast, guys that can jump high, guys that have had great success in football in the past. It's all about understanding the game. At what point do you think for you it kind of settled in? Going into the NFL, obviously came from an HBCU school. Hall of Fame, by the way. That's fucking Here we go. That's awesome. But at what point did you ever worry, or did you always have a very high football IQ, or whenever you got to the NFL? Because I think Bob was on the team then. Obviously, he was up for defensive MVP. But at what moment was it like, oh, I got to figure everything out mentally to really be a guy that'll be around a long time, multiple Pro Bowls, Super Bowl, everything like that?
Man, I think I was blessed given the situation that I kind of came into, being I was playing at Howard University in a similar system. You know, Coach Dungy was cover 2, a few single highs, so it wasn't really a complicated defense. It was a defense where guys get to their spot and you get to the ball. So for that reason, I feel as though I was able to go in that defensive room and understand the defense. I think for me, it was understanding the opponent. I would say that, from year 1 to year 2 is when I made my biggest leap as far as in the film room and off the field, as far as being a pro and how I could have that longevity in the league.
Go ahead, Darius.
All right, some big news today. We talked about on the pod earlier. Speaking of safeties, Derwin James got that bag today. Reset the market, highest paid safety in NFL history. What is it about Derwin that he brings to the game and why he earned his money, why he deserves his money?
Man, he does everything. It's not too many times you can say you can put a safety out there and he does everything. When I mean everything, he could play in the post, he could play in the box, he can cover tight ends, he can cover your slot receiver. You can put him in the pass rush as well, and he can get to the quarterback. So, just the number of things that, you can do with him as a defensive coordinator, just put him at different positions. And obviously, he's going to be one of those guys, as we always talk about. BA used to say, he's a five-star player. So as a five-star player, offensive coordinator is going to put that red dot on you. And with him, you can just put him anywhere on the field, and you can't, expect him to be in one spot the entire game.
All right, today or this week, we're going to win because of our motherfucking role players. 5-star players are going to cancel each other out this game. Motherfucking, everybody else needs to fucking win this game. Right. And then the next week, hey, you role players need to just get our 5 stars are going to carry that was Bruce Arians' actual, hey, here's the deal. They have just as many stars as we have. You other motherfuckers are going to have to get the job done. Or on the complete opposite side, just get the fuck out of the way. Our guys need to be our guys this week. That is such an easy way to look at it. But I never heard anybody talk like that before. To acknowledge it. Hey, you guys see the fucking salary cap construction? Yeah. Okay, all that fucking 67% of our money needs to win this game. And that is why, and it was awesome. I think that's why everybody loved BA so much.
He let your ass know who the 5-star players were, too.
Boom. Need you to do, you. Last year, maybe, not this year. That's why everybody loves BA, though, I think.
And he will call you out if he was a 5-star player. Yeah. And I think that's what was respected as well. So, regardless of where you was on that depth chart or where you was on that roster, he will call you out. Now, the call out might have been a little different versus, a role player, but he would definitely call you out and get your attention.
Hey, while I got you here, man, got HBCU legend, Hall of Famer, Howard legend. Talk a little bit about that Howard Jordan brand collab that you got going on. That was announced last week, and you were part of the commercial, dope commercial.
Whoa, hey. Superstar! Whoa!
Nah, that was huge for Howard University, man. Being able to partnered with the Jordan brand. It was a 20-year partnership with Howard University basketball and football teams and the Jordan brand. That was big. It could do a lot for Howard University recruitment, and just with the notoriety and just the talk around HBCUs right now, man. I just think it's big, and I just hope we can continue with the narrative going in the right direction.
You think about coaching?
I think about it. I definitely can't. I can't do it in the league. If it is on the college level, it will be at Howard University. But I really think my mark would be in the high school realm.
Oh, you just because that's like the foundation, the building thing. You'd rather be in that stage of the whole game?
Yeah, I think you can really. I mean, obviously you can touch guys in the college level and the pro level. I just can't do it to the family, man. Just been away, and giving so much to the game. Being a coach. And D Butt knows knowing what that schedule is. I just couldn't be away from the family that long. But that high school realm, the high school rank, I think you can really put your hands on the young men and really, help mold them as young men and football players.
I'll be excited to watch that happen. Everybody on the screen here that's been in the NFL talks and says, "Yeah, I ain't a fucking coach." There ain't no way. Like
at time commitments.
Like Reggie's doing that. Hey, we were watching Reggie yesterday. I've been Reggie on Instagram since retirement, okay? He's been riding his fucking bike. He's got 700 cars that are nicer than everybody else's. He's smoking cigars, and he's drinking. His hashtag is finally living. Yesterday I saw him, 105 degrees, had pads on both of his fucking arms, jammed, trying to reroute his receivers, coaching his ass off, going into a meeting afterwards. I don't know if he's in a hotel or if he's at home. I assume he's Reggie when he's at fucking home, but he's sleeping up there the next day. Like, that is so honorable to give back to the game like that. Like, I watching it, I'm like, God damn, that commitment is something I can never do. But it's good for the game, I think, to get former players coaching at any level, let alone in the high school NFL ranks as well.
Yeah, man. I think we need more of it, and I think me and D-Ball, we talked about it on the pod. We need more former players, not only on the field, on the sidelines, but even in the front offices. Because I think we just have a different perspective of the game. But to your point, man, seeing Weeze, Cato, Mike Mitchell, Bubba, got a lot of guys that played the game on the sideline for the Colts. Man, it's good to see.
Hey, speaking of coaches, you played for Chip Kelly with the Niners, I believe. What was that like? I know he had a little unique kind of methods that he brought to the NFL.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. It's funny. So we played Chip Kelly the prior year before he got there, and I had probably one of my best games ever in the NFL, right, against that offense. And when he came to San Fran, there was a lot of chatter about how he departed Philly. And we had a one-on-one conversation. I was just asking him like some tough, hard questions, man. And I left out that meeting. I'm like, man, I'll fucks with Chip Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And obviously the things that he brought to the team as far as analytics and things of that nature, it was different. It was tough, especially as a guy that had been in the league at that time, like 8 or 9 years. It was tough to really get used to the things that he was bringing, but you can kind of tell in the big scheme of things where he was coming from. So really it was about guys just trying to buy into his system, which was different, which hasn't been seen in the league, since I had been in there.
What are you talking about, like piss tests every morning to see your hydration levels?
Yeah, like just imagine you coming in every morning, you having to sit in a chair for 10 minutes to see if you got good sleep or like, for a guy, some guys, if the meeting's at 7:30, guys are walking in at 7:15. You know what I'm saying? But with that, you had to be in extra early, and it was just guys just felt as though it was tapping into their time. You know what I mean? And having to do that for 4 months straight every morning, yeah, that shit got on your nerves.
Yeah, I can see how that. Hey, how was your sleep last night? Well, it wasn't fucking great. Why? Well, I had to wake up an hour earlier than I fucking should have because I'm in here being told that my sleep wasn't great. That would be interesting. Now, like college, I think it works, right? Because college guys, everybody's trying to make it. Like, hey, let's go with this gatekeeper situation, do that. In the NFL, it's going to be tough to get the old guys in. That's why, like last year, when Joe Judge had these guys running 110s, I think, in full pads in training camp. All AJ and I said while we were watching it is, everybody did it. Hey, there wasn't one person that was like an old guy on the team that was like, nope, I ain't fucking doing that and just walk out. Everybody did it. Like I guess that's what you said Chip needed. Chip needed to somehow get everybody to buy into a much worse experience in the NFL than everywhere else, but it could work if it was to work.
Exactly. And that Joe Judge stuff, that was a little different. I don't know. that was a little different. But hey, it worked for him, I guess.
No, didn't. He's now working with quarterbacks. He's working with the quarterbacks in New England, yeah. So our initial read of that situation, you saying it was different.
It's pretty accurate.
Me and AJ going, what the fuck is that? Probably the right read at the time, but Joe Judge gave it a go. If everybody buys in, though, normally you can have some sort of success. It's not easy to do. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Antoine, the next safety up for a big bag, hopefully, is supposedly Jesse Bates in Cincinnati. What do you think about his game, and do you think he warrants that Derwin James type money, or maybe a little below that?
Now he deserves it. He deserves it. I don't think that defense is what it is without him. His leadership. He talked about how his play kind of dipped, but he's been that guy for a while, and he deserves that payday. Again, his attributes on the field, what he can do in the post. He made a hell of a play last year out of the post, robbing a curl. Like, that's an Ed Reed type of play. You know what I mean? So you need those type of guys in your locker room, on your field, leading your team. So he definitely deserves that. I hope he does get that back.
Ed Reed GOAT?
Ed Reed GOAT.
Yeah?
No question.
How come?
Man, his impact on the field, on the game. Another one of those guys you putting that red dot on. When you're able to change the game in so many fashions, right? As far as, first of all, just talk about his leadership. You talk about his leadership, and how he was able to lead those guys. And you talk about, like, one of the best defenses in NFL history, right? And then you talk about how he's in the post and he's able to make plays on the ball. And then from there, you put him on special teams.
Oh, fuck that guy. Dude.
So, so
no
when you talk
offense,
about
you get it. In special teams world, fuck that guy. But, like, he was a menace, dude, on special teams.
For sure, man. So when you're able to change the game in so many fashions, man, it's unbelievable. Definitely the GOAT.
We're in Baltimore, playing against Baltimore. I don't know what year it was. Years all kind of blend together. But we were running out the clock, and somebody fumbled or something happened, and we had to punt. And it was at the end of the game, fourth quarter, like a minute 10 left or whatever. Windy as fuck. It's Baltimore. And we got to punt. And all I'm thinking about is, like, just catch the ball and get it out of here, right? That's all I'm thinking about. That's all we got to do here. Defense will take care of it. I walk on the field, and I see that fucking ass straight up on the side. I'm like, oh, no, I've seen these highlights before. Like, I know exactly how this ends, like, with this guy out there. So I actually said, what are you doing? Like, because there was a timeout called, I think. We wanted to run it all the way down as we could. So it was like a meander period before it. And I'm like, what are you doing out here? And he was like, super cool, laughed, yeah, and he put his head. I'm like, oh, no, I'm dead here. Like, this is either going to be blocked, and if it's not blocked, he is going to decapitate me on any type of run back. I was scared shitless just by his presence on the field. He could have been a Hall of Famer special teamer if he wanted. Like, no problem. Even back in Miami, he was blocking punts, returning punts. Mm-hmm. He was
special.
Yeah, absolutely. Very different than Troy, right? Very different than Troy.
Very, very, very different. They both impacted the game, had a huge impact on the game, but they did it differently. You know what I mean? Where Troy was, both of the guys were very instinctive. As a younger player, as a younger safety coming into the league, and I think guys do this where you try to, get film in the off season and try to watch film on different guys that play your position and just try to, get some keys and, hey, maybe I can do this. Those are two guys you couldn't watch film on. Watch film, it was one summer. It was like probably like 4 or 5 days I was in Miami and I trained with Ed down in Miami. And I'm asking him questions like, bruh, like, how did you? And he's just like, man, it's instincts. You know what I'm saying? And he had that freedom. And along with Troy, they had that freedom in the defense to, if they saw something, go get it. You know what I mean? So, again, Troy is right there with Ed as one of the best safeties to ever play the game, man. But two guys that impacted the game on the defensive side of the ball in the secondary.
Go ahead, Ty.
AB, D-Butts talked about the importance of teams having 6 to 7 guys deep in the secondary. with the way today's game is. Do you think guys coming into the league now, D-backs, are more versatile than they were when you first came in? Because it doesn't seem like we have as many household names of guys playing just one position. It seems like more guys now can kind of mix in everywhere in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, I think they are more versatile, right? So now you think about back in the day, you looking at a 6'2", 220-pound safety that's strictly a strong safety, right? Or you looking at just safeties, and then you have your corners where now you have these hybrid guys where they might have played nickel in college, but now you move them to safeties, and now just the way the offenses are, you have to have guys in the secondary that are interchangeable, really, that you can move them inside, you can play at the safety position. So I think guys are coming from the college ranks more versatile, can do more in the secondary, and to D-But's point, you need that, just especially with 3 receivers, a tight end that could can split out and be a 4th receiver. So you definitely need that to have an effective defense.
Go ahead, Tone.
AB, we were just at training camp yesterday for the Colts, and we noticed how big their wideouts are and how big their tight ends are. Would you rather go up against a tight end wideout who's big and physical like that, or a smaller guy who's maybe quicker?
Man, it depends where we at on the field.
Red zone. We're in the red zone. I believe high red. Still a little bit of space. Yeah.
High red zone. I do not want to be up against no big receiver or big. That's tough. That's tough. I remember, playing against like Tony Gonzalez and Jimmy Graham, like just big body guys. Get in front of you, and you got to fight to get in front of them. But obviously in the open field, I would love to be in front of a bigger guy. It takes them a little bit longer to get out of their breaks. And then they have more space where you can really jam. It's tough for them guys to really get off a good jam. So open field, definitely bigger guy, but down in the red zone, I do not want to see that.
Hey, you were a returner too. You had special teams days, didn't you? I mean, I remember you.
Chill out.
Man, hell no. It wasn't no return.
Yeah, he was.
No, we saw him on that
field goal.
Yeah.
A lot of yards. Did you see his yards burned?
And talk about it. That had to be about 150 yards on that return.
I mean, there was a big. I mean, it was a lot of speed, vision.
Next gen. Did you get in the paint or not? Who tackled you? Did you get a tackle?
Yeah, I got tackled.
By who?
One of the players on the other team.
Yeah, which position did the guy play?
I can't recall.
Really?
Yeah, I can't.
14 years, a lot of plays under your belt.
Yeah, a lot of plays. Like you said, Pat, a lot of things get scrambled in there together 14 years.
Yeah, and also, especially, you didn't have the Guardian helmets either, so you had to take all those shots. So
Right.
It was a hell of a return, though.
It was called back anyway, so I'm glad I didn't get into the paint, because it would have got called back.
Gary Brackett killed a man.
He did. He did. So I'm glad I did get into a paint, because then me and GB would have had some words.
Well, I would assume those would have went fantastically. I can't thank you enough for joining us. Man to Man Podcast is a show that we all listen to and watch in this office. Excited for the upcoming season with you guys, and thank you for joining us, AB.
Nah, man, appreciate y'all for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Antoine Bethea. He's the man, AJ. So he was in the first regime when I got to the Colts, and then I think he had 1 year carryover with the next one, and then he went to BA. Yeah, then he went to the Cardinals with BA, I think. Right?
Weren't you guys pissed when he left?
What?
I was.
Everybody, yes. What are we talking about? Yeah, everybody. Because even in the first regime, like the Peyton and Bill Polian regime and everything like that, he was loved. AB was loved by everybody. New regime comes in. AB's loved by everybody. Pro Bowler, does everything right.
Yep.
Literally beloved and Super Bowl champion. Been there, done that. Kind of younger, but still been there, done that. And very mature. That was a decision that was made that was, it certainly started creeping in some questions on who's making, who's.
Was he unrestricted free agent, or what happened?
Yeah, I think
unrestricted.
Yeah, he could have been brought back.
They wouldn't pay him.
Got offered a bullshit deal. Go out and get somebody else, pay him a bunch of money. One of those situations. But
hey, we didn't mind the next guy either, by the way.
No, especially coming in. But when you let a guy leave like that, and once again, it's not only
does everything right.
It's not only just the on-field stuff, but the locker room stuff. Like we literally used to call him the general in the defensive room. Like, all right, it's the general. Like it was like because we always talk about locker rooms and stuff, but
Yes.
I think locker rooms are obviously important, but meeting rooms I think are more important, especially for young players, because that's where you spend your most time. That's where you can watch an A.J. Hawk and see how he's preparing, what questions does he ask, what dialogue does he have with the coach, like what does he bring to the meeting room?
What's he allowed to do?
Yeah, what's he allowed to do? And then you also know, like you kind of talked about Troy and Ed, like they had that pass to, all right, you see it, you get it. Like you have to earn that. You know what I mean? You don't just walk in the door and just say, all right, go play ball. Like you got to earn that within. I'm sure Ed knew that playbook inside and out to the point where he would ask some of the coaches stuff and they'll look at him like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Yeah, sure, go do it. And then he makes a play. So AB was one of those guys on and off the field in the community. And you don't let guys like that, just leave the building.
It was a discussion. I mean, it was certainly a discussion, not just by the locker room, by the way, but like equipment room, athletic training room, sales team, community team. Like the whole building was like, what the fuck? Like this guy has done everything right here. Sixth round, fifth round?
Sixth round. Came in, started at Super Bowl year, 06.
Next to Bob.
Yep, next to Bob.
Next to Bob Sanders.
And played another 7 years after we let him leave.
Only 2 more Pro Bowls, I think, or 3 more Pro Bowls.
Still a stud after.
Yeah. Still beloved by everybody.
What, new regime coming in, putting their stamp on the team?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're painting the walls, and we're getting this guy the fuck out of here. We need a new general. Sorry about it. And then BA's like, what are they doing?
Oh, shit.
Fucking 5 stars available? Fucking bring me fucking back. Go ahead and do that. Let's get to a break. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Very appreciative of Antoine Bethea, but yeah, when he was told to take a hike, basically, and I mean, I think from that moment on, maybe there were some people within the building that were going to start going like, type of amateur shit you got going. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying that did potentially creep into some rooms.
Oh yeah,
he was a guy, man. Beloved in the locker room too. Like
it's kind of like when A-Rod came out and talked about the guys that he let leave, Micah Hydes and guys like that. Like, because everybody in that building knows. Like we walked around the facility yesterday and you see the equipment guys, the training room guys, the media people. Like everyone knows everyone when the cameras are there, when the cameras aren't there. So, that was one of the obvious ones. I felt like.
I think so. There's people in the Colts facility, in the video department that have been there since Baltimore, in the training room, been there since Baltimore, in the equipment room, been there since Baltimore, and I think in the PR, been there since Baltimore. So you're talking about people that have been around the building.
Yeah. Sounds like Green Bay.
Long thing. Yeah, it very much is like that. The Colts very much. Now, I think because of the turnover in GM in like eras, that's why it's not like the alumni feel like the Steelers, they like
nobody has that. Nobody has what the Steelers have.
Like old guys though, just like walk in the building as if it's still their building.
Raiders might. I know some former Raiders who like that once a Raider, always a Raider shit. Like I don't care if you're this guy or you're this guy. I think Raiders might be.
That's a sweet thing to have though.
Yeah.
Like growing up in Pittsburgh and just seeing that, I think I just assumed like, oh, that's what it is. That's not normal at all. The Colts should be set up for that though, because a lot of the people that we were around, both the last, they're in more powerful positions now almost. Hopefully the Colts become like that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yesterday was fucking awesome.
Awesome. Great to be back. Felt like home.
AJ, they let us do whatever the fuck we wanted.
Yeah. It sure looked that way.
What's your problem?
I mean, in a good way. Like you can do it. Guys are running plays, grabbing the mic after a play, and you guys just yelling, patting them on the back. And stuff.
Dude, I went out there for a commercial break at one point, and I realized how quiet it was, other than because these heads. I mean, I don't hear shit outside.
Everybody had to hear you, right? I was thinking that because this whole place can hear him yelling.
I had to. We asked Matt Ryan. He was so locked in yesterday.
That's right.
He did not hear a single thing.
Didn't hear anything.
He was on. Hey.
You look good, huh?
Oh, yeah. A lot of zip.
Lions, but still a lot of zip.
Apparently today was a different day.
What?
Apparently Colts went 0 for 12 on goal line drill.
Jeez. Is Jonathan Taylor playing?
I don't know.
If Jonathan Taylor ain't playing, don't care. They're playing against our third stringers. Might as well put Nick Foles at fullback. Anyways.
Well, they got Rodriguez for goal line. He made every tackle.
Oh, yeah. There ain't no play action right now for Rodriguez.
You saw him scrape, dude.
Hey, he's a guy. He's got a big head.
When he did his little dance, I was like, this guy is absolutely jacked. Like, you see how big and strong he was, and then you see him play. Like, he fills the hole. He's fun to watch.
I got some treatment on my knee, by the way. I'm very surprised I've made it this far with the injury that I have had to this knee.
Wait, yesterday at the facility?
Afterwards, I got some treatment. Yeah.
You and General Bob getting treatment at the facility.
Listen, it might get even worse. They told me, like, the treatment plan, the surgery obviously could happen to fix this thing, but I'm going to have to do the workouts anyways. After the surgery, they might as well, let's go through the rehab process here to see if we can fix it to do that. I guess there was a little bit of a pinch under the patella to the thing. My left quad hasn't fired in like 3 months, dude. They're talking about. I was getting roasted for how small my quad was. Like by the train. Oh, look at this guy. Like roasting me. I'm like, yo, fuck off, dude. Like, what are you talking? Can we fix the problem? Gonna be tough with that small of a quad. So I got a whole rehab treatment. And I'm
hired Alex Guerrero?
Well, I need a little bit more pliability in there. But no, I think I'm gonna be going to the facility for treatment.
There you go. Good. You need to get healthy.
That's what I'm saying. I think so. I said, so it is treatable. I'm not going to feel like this forever. I thought this is just what new forever was. This soreness after I do anything. And this is just life now. They're like, no, we can fix it. It's going to take a few weeks. And then they gave me a full plan. I'm like, who has these fucking machines? Like, they wanted me to do all this shit. And I'm like, I don't have those machines. They're like, we go to the facility. I'm like, am I even allowed to go in there? They're like, people would be pumped if you were getting treatment. I'm like, oh, is the Colts becoming... You know, is it becoming like a little bit like I won't be eating any of the time of the players, obviously. It's going to be miserable for them, too, because they're going to have to either get there earlier or stay later. And they're already there for 14 hours a day. So, I mean, this is on them. But, yeah, it was nice to see everybody, AJ. It was fucking awesome to see everybody yesterday.
It's the best part, seeing everybody that you don't see on camera. Like, if you watch that team. All the equipment people, everybody, they're like, oh, my gosh. Some people, you don't forget about them, but some people you haven't seen in years. And it's just awesome. It's like you never left.
There's dude Fuzz, who went to West Virginia. He's been with the Colts since the Baltimore days, still working in the video. Now he's like, he used to go up on the fucking, up on the lift or whatever. Now he's down. He's got this, he's super tech now, but he's been there for fucking 40 years, I think, or whatever. It's like, Fuzz, great to see you. I'm like, what do they got you doing now? And he like got offended that I even, so I'm still shooting or whatever. I'm like, all right, jeez. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that lift is loud, though. That thing was beeping yesterday when Jim
Right into the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't windy, was it?
No.
No, it wasn't a Brian Kelly training camp.
We'll be back and forth. There's no reason to get toxic right there. You wanted Ty.
How was that toxic?
Because that was you in your head going, oh, time to bring up Brian Kelly killing a kid. And then Ty
I never said anything about
that. That's
that.
what you just did.
You're alluding to.
Yeah. You were trying to play puppeteer to Ty. Okay?
No,
yeah.
not to Ty, to con man.
Which makes sense because that is what happened.
What?
It was very windy and Brian Kelly said, I don't fucking care. Get your ass up there. I'll find someone else who will.
And the guy said, with our family.
Said, Brian, 95-mile-an-hour winds. Like, I don't think it's safe for me to get up there. Oh, okay.
And then Brady said, get up there, nerd.
Moment of silence, please, for that kid, honestly.
Brady was gone.
Well.
Not that day.
That's not what we heard. He was in the fucking Manti Te'o thing.
Okay. Well.
Honestly, seriously, fucking sucks that happened.
Yes.
Video people are so important to an operation, especially now, because all the iPad stuff, so more people have access to it. It's just never-ending process. But that is very sad, and that is a real thing.
I heard Manti went to Brian Kelly and was like, Brian, do you know this Lene girl? He's like, yeah, I met her. She's cool.
You should date her. You should.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what. I finished that, Doc. I do feel very bad for Mark. Like, very bad. Seriously.
Manti.
Come on.
Manti. Shit. But seriously, it was terrible. By the end, I was like, God damn.
He did it 2 days in a row now, AJ. You missed that yesterday.
Hasn't got old yet.
Yeah, he took the tractor another round today because there was a new audience. You know what I mean?
No, but
he's right though. Manti seems awesome.
Did you watch that?
I haven't seen all of it yet. I don't know if I'm how many are there?
2.
Okay, then I've seen the first one.
The end of the second one,
bro.
It did really make me feel bad for him.
Renaya, worst fucking soul that isn't a serial killer or a pedophile going.
By far.
And that is not the feel that I think Renaya knew that documentary was going to be. And I don't know if that's how people are acting other than us, but that fucking guy was bamboozled. Did you watch this? Because yesterday you were starting to do a little, he FaceTimed her? You started asking these questions?
Yeah, just normal questions.
Very logical.
Normal questions. I'll make some with my girlfriend. I'm going to see him in person, maybe FaceTime him, do some things. But you said it was a lot of people in on this.
Elaborate.
Taking pictures, today's paper, with a fork in your left eye. It was a lot of things going on.
Dude, legit happened. Yeah.
Hey, you know this chick? Yeah,
I need to see episode 2.
Crazy.
Bro, it's wild. It was wild. Manti Te'o, much more handsome now than he was, too, by the way.
Yeah, great beard.
His dad got yoked, by the way.
Yeah, his dad looks vastly different than he used to look.
He does.
I think I saw a picture of him and his wife, too.
Who,
Manti.
Yeah.
I'm happy he found. I'm happy he trusted a human, just any human ever again.
I mean, one you meet in person.
D-Butt. Watch the dog.
Could have happened to anybody.
Sure.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right. That was before the catfish was known, so yeah,
bingo.
It could have happened to.
Could have happened to anybody. He's the
people.
best goddamn linebacker in the history of college football. I mean, what are we talking about?
And they ruined him.
Yeah.
In the middle of the Heisman year.
Dude, they ruined him. Guy couldn't feel his body when he's playing in the NFL. You think he's going to make a tackle? No. Jesus.
I mean, he was told too, hey, you're going on day one, no matter what.
Boom. Day 2.
Yeah.
Just everybody's shitting on this guy.
Terrible.
I would like Manti Te'o to know that I fucking am a massive fan. Would love to have him on the show. And
Very nice guy, it seems like.
And also, if you just want to disappear and never see any human again, I would understand.
Understand that, too.
I would understand completely with what you've been through.
I hate Notre Dame, but I'm getting a Te'o jersey.
They're in the Big Ten now, allegedly.
It's happening.
Let's get to a break. AJ, I can't wait to get your take on the $7 billion deal that the Big Ten has just signed with Fox, CBS, and NBC. Obviously involving Fox Sports 1 and Peacock platforms as well. Can go up to $10 billion. The Big Ten's cooking right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at you, AJ. Now you're a Big Ten Hall of Famer. It means a little more, doesn't it?
Yeah, how many teams are going to ultimately be in the Big Ten?
Are you a Big Ten Hall of Famer?
No. Is there a Big Ten Hall of Fame?
Well, needs to be one now. They're $10 billion. Need to spend money somehow. We're back in 4 minutes, wrapping up this show with AJ, Darius, the boys. We can't thank you enough. Also, some phone calls on the 500 phone line, 1-833-4-McAfee. See you in 4.
During the halftime of a Colts game this year, you have to kick a 35-yard field goal and then complete a 35-yard touchdown pass to Reggie Wayne in the end zone. And if you complete this duo event, we have $1 million for Kick the Stigma charity, $1 million for IU Cancer, and $1 million for the charity of your choice. But no failings out there, young men. The crowd will be there. The pressure will be there. You miss, they'll be talking Banner Jack. You miss that. We're going to do this if you accept.
Yes, I accept. What are we even saying? Yes.
All right.
I would be honored to do that. I appreciate that. $3 million on the line. I mean, that's a big time.
I know.
Hell of a machine.
310J, dude.
Oh, top of the line.
That's when they were singing about being sexy.
That's right.
Yes. The 310J, when somebody saw it, that's sexy, and he was like, the country music. You're right, it is. She thinks my tractor's sexy. Oh, look at that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, that's got a good cockpit in there.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like the Pope Mobile with all the glass around the top there, but it ain't no Pope Mobile because this one's fucking breaking grind. Hell yeah.
Party in the front, business in the back, am I right?
Well, I do believe we got business
on
all
both
sides.
ends.
That's right. Yeah, the plot down there in the front is, although a good time. It is a good time to get that thing going.
Fun.
Business is being handled, dude. And then on the back, on the backside, whenever you start cracking earth.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
need the excavator back there, the big dog.
And the thing about the seat on this 310J, it turns.
Yeah.
So it's always in the front. Whatever you're working on, business can be on the front, both sides.
That's right.
Controls all around.
We worried about those front tires?
No, not at
that's
all.
how they roll.
No, they survive anything.
Those are standard Deere backhoe tires.
Look at the back
Someone like you
tires,
might be worried
Foxy.
about
Yeah, exactly. Foxy.
I'm just asking questions.
Foxy, it ain't about the front wheels. It's always about the back.
That's right.
All right, because these rear wheel powered vehicles that you would never
Yeah,
understand.
you don't know anything about that, Foxy.
You have no
I
idea.
would not know.
Wake up.
I got friends that know. I don't know.
Listen, when you're drifting gears, okay, on a rear wheel, especially if they're 600 some ponies, you got to watch for like any, plot holes or debris.
Of course.
Because you can and then hit a tree. Because the back end kicks out. And then you won't drive that car ever again. Because how are you not supposed to drift it? And I guess, how are you not supposed to hit another tree?
Yeah, right.
That's my life. Doesn't have to be yours, though. Thank you, Andrew, for calling from the 310J. That's a beautiful piece of machinery.
It is.
Gorgeous.
Take that thing another round. Oh, look at that thing prop itself up.
Lift kit.
That's why the wheels don't matter in the front, pal.
Yeah.
Go lift your-
As you get older, testosterone production begins to naturally decrease in the body.
Did you know that, Darius? Well, your mic's off. Jesus.
Absolutely did know that.
Well, if you didn't know that, for most men, it begins around the age of 30, and testosterone production declines by roughly 1% per year.
What?
That's why our friends at Roman have a new supplement designed to support testosterone production.
Okay.
Roman is offering $15 off your first order and free 2-day shipping at GetRoman.com/Pat. Just go to GetRoman.com/Pat for $15 off your first order, and that's free shipping. Make sure you click the link in the description.
Okay. You want to look like this?
Yeah.
After the age of 30?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You fucking go get the Roman stuff.
Okay.
Because this is what it looks like to have peak testosterone levels.
That's right.
This jawline, that hand, that drink, these eyes.
What?
This is top testosterone level available. Is that right?
That's right. Leo's body in my head.
Yeah, I don't want his hands at all.
You get a hand replaced. I don't know how much your hand has to do with testosterone levels, but probably something I heard.
Something, yeah.
Debo, what are you doing? You blasting testosterone in your body like this guy
It's all
does?
natural.
Like this guy does?
Might tap into some Roman though. See what he was hitting for.
Nice.
I saw some ex-coaches walking around that field yesterday, and I won't name them, but a lot of these people taking illegal drugs. I think.
What? Hey,
what do you mean?
The 45 and up crew looked good yesterday.
Hey, very, very good. Hey,
damn good.
all these ex-players walking around, and I'm not going to
Really?
name names, but these motherfuckers are
Which
stacked.
side? Which coaching staff?
Both. Both.
Really?
They saying,
Oh, yeah.
and literally looking around like, well, that doesn't seem. Oh, everybody's got the same plug, or what? What is everybody doing? What is it? We're talking great head, jaw, neck, Dahn. Like everybody seems to have some sort of peacock. Everybody has some sort of parachute, kind of look.
Sure.
I'm like, all right, here we go, boys. Same stuff you're on, AJ. Yeah, that's the same stuff you've been on the whole
Tell them
time.
to give me a call.
Oh yeah. Will you
you
send
don't
me
need
some
it.
stuff? What do you take?
I want them to give me a call. Like, I need to know what they're on.
No, you don't.
No, we're talking about they call you. What? Like,
Yeah.
what do we?
Okay, call me. I'll tell them consistency. That's the answer.
Oh,
I'm trying to get my
okay.
game. What do you mean?
Okay, we don't have time.
There you
All
go,
right, this
AJ.
isn't just a picture of consistency.
Consistency.
This is
There's
dope.
no secret. There's no secret pill to it. You know that. You'd say the same thing to a youngster trying to be a pro punter.
Yeah, it is Roman. That's a secret pill.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
damn right,
Wipe your
David.
dong.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
use
you,
the
Darius.
Wipe your
swipes.
dong while you're from Roman. That'll help.
Wipe your dong. I mean, that is also Roman swipes or another. I don't know
Yeah,
if
they
that's-
help.
Jeez Louise, welcome back to the show. Thank you, Roman. And also, anybody that is the plug for every coach in the NFL right now, would love to hear what the concoction is. We're talking about, hey, there's gorillas walking
Are
around.
we changing? Is it kind of changing from the normal in-season coach that gains 75 pounds?
I think they're going to gain 65. I think the pounds are still going to go on. I think they're just going to look a little different.
I don't know.
Okay.
Pat.
What's that, Darius?
Guys look good.
Good.
But yeah, in shape.
Guys look awesome. I'm like wondering to myself, are these guys thinking about running it back again? Like, they're trying to get in there, these guys. They look fan. But I feel like we're becoming a healthier society, right?
Sure.
Definitely.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I went to State Fair the other day.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if
depends,
they
on
got
where, you,
them
depends on
memo.
where you go, yeah.
Well, I had deep fried Oreos too, and I wasn't the
What?
only one there eating those. I told you guys.
Yeah.
There's a lady wearing Ultimate Warrior type tassels
Okay.
Yep.
on a string bikini.
On her nipple.
On her
It-
nipples, yeah.
no, but it was a full triangle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Full triangle, Ultimate Warrior tassels, big cool sunglasses, half a tat. Like it was supposed to be a tattoo.
Sure.
Stopped halfway though. Okay, stopped halfway. Spanx on the bottom, heels, walking around. 375, 400 pounds.
Oh, shit.
It was
In
awesome.
heels?
Heels. It was awesome. It was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my entire life. I actually told the wife, look, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The amount of pain in the heels right now, the knees probably.
Was that on grass?
What's
And,
that?
Like dirt?
What's that?
Was she walking around with heels and like grass and
No, this is where all the good is.
Oh, the paved portion.
It's pavement. Yeah, it's pavement. It was awesome though. I was like, I fucking wish I had the confidence, the swagger, and the mental toughness of that person right there. So I think it's a healthier society, but there's obviously some outliers, don't you think, Derek?
I think honestly the pandemic set a lot of people back.
Oh no.
Yeah, a lot of fat slobs.
People went one way or the other. Some
Exactly.
people got in great shape.
Oh, because you think that's because people have. What are those personalities where you have to go all the way in like COVID when they're locked in their houses? You're either going to go 100% this way or you're going
Is
to
that
go
teetotaler?
Dog mode.
Teetotal or sober, right? Like what? Completely sober? I don't know.
I don't know.
Straight edge.
I've never heard that.
I've
Straight
never
edge.
heard what you just said, by the way.
I never understood it, but I've heard people use it.
I could see how that COVID thing could have became a massive crutch for like alcohol and everything.
Oh yeah.
When are we going to learn about the the effects of that? You think?
I think over the next 20 years.
Yeah, there have been some on mental health that have been very bad.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Isolation's not really good for anybody mentally, even though like I don't like being around a whole lot of people, but I don't think it's great for me to be locked up for 2 years.
No, I also enjoy the fact that there's I'm a homebody, but I like that there's an option for me to go somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is.
Like an option for me to go, like if the wife and I want to go watch a movie, like, okay, we can do that. That not being available for a long time is, I could see how new habits are formed potentially, new thoughts. It's all right. We're a tough species.
Oh,
humans.
yeah.
We're going to get through it. We're going to get with the help of Roman.
That's right.
Damn right.
Ain't that right, Darius?
Yeah.
Let's get to the fence. I don't know if the guys that are coaching are just using Roman, though.
Absolutely
that we saw
not.
yesterday. I think there's a little bit more.
I'm going to have to go through these coaching staffs and check them out. See who's on both staffs.
Probably they're in your phone book. Probably, if I guess they're texting you for the stuff. Let's go to the phone. Good consistency, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Bobby in Jersey. Bobby in Jersey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How you doing, pal?
Hey boys, how we doing? What's up, DB?
What's happening?
Yeah, he was pumped to say that. Yeah, that was good. What's going on, Bob? Let's get to it.
Hey, Bubble.
Bobby.
Hey, go, Bobby.
Roberto.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I just want to talk about this upcoming football season. We got Aaron Rodgers looking like Nicolas Cage, and we got AJ Hawk always looking like Woody Harrelson. I just want to know, Pat, what movie star would you want to look like for this football season?
Oh, thank you so much.
Wesley Snipes.
Me? I do wish.
He's asking favorite actors or what?
No, he said look-alike. Like you look like White Man Can't Jump. Aaron looks like Nicolas Cage. And then he asked me what I would think people would say I look like, and you said Wesley Snipes. So, like, that would
I
be
thought he
cool.
said favorite actor. You'd be happy I didn't say Spacey. I threw Snipes out.
True. What's your deal? And
That
we know
is
Richard
just-
Gere's coming next or something.
No, it's not.
Army
Hammer.
No, it's
Look at that
not.
color.
Yeah, Arnie Hammer.
He's there.
Anybody that you could potentially think
No,
of.
I haven't worked Army Hammer yet into the rotation.
Yeah, you'll figure out ways, though. We get it in there. And
Once
this
that docuseries comes out.
This radio program is ending in 20 seconds. Darius Butler will be heading back. Anything to say to the serious listeners, D-Bud, about the last couple of days?
I mean, had a great time training camp yesterday. Had AB on today. That was awesome. Man-to-man pod, Monday, Thursday, 11 to 12 a.m. Eastern time, right before your show.
Chris Mad Dog Russo's next. He'll be better. Cheers.
Perfect.
Good plug, DB.
TV, that was a great plug.
Let's go.
That was a great plug.
AJ could never.
Well, he doesn't.
You're right.
How come you never plug our YouTube in that time?
Yeah, or the Hawkcast.
Son of a bitch.
I should do the YouTube.
Yeah, how come you don't plug anything? How come? What is that all about? Listen to DB right there, fucking professional.
Nailed it.
That is.
Thank you,
Hey,
Darius.
appreciate you, man.
A little professionalism to the program. You know what I mean? That'd be great. Let's do some phone calls, though.
Hell yeah.
Let's continue to do these on the 5 Energy phone line. 1-833-4-McAfee might lead to, some good stories. Let's go to Mikey in Phoenix. Mikey, what's going on?
Pat, AJ, D-Butt, boys, how are you now? Good and you, not so bad. Ty, I just want to congratulate you guys, the Yankees, last night on their big win. What is that? I think you guys are the same amount of wins now as Joey Gallo does home runs since you traded him. What the fuck?
Yankees suck, dude! Yo, you guys stink, dude, on a diamond.
Yankees have won 2 games in August, and they're still 10 games up in the division. When you're really good, guess what? You can take a fucking month off and just get ready for the playoffs, which is exactly what the Yankees are doing. You hit a walk-off grand slam last night. Guess what? That's gonna build some momentum going forward.
Couple
okay?
dogs in the
couple dogs in the clubhouse. Okay, fans coming back. Yankees fans aren't we're not worried about anything.
Well, Mets fans aren't either, by the way. Well, listen,
Mad Max.
and every time he's on my team.
Yeah, he's got 2 eyes.
What's that?
He's got 2 different colored eyes. He's a freak.
This guy. Don't you
Of
talk
nature.
about-
Of nature.
Whoa.
Best way.
You like Mad Max? Me too, man. Fucking love him. This guy's got 2 different colored eyes.
Didn't know that.
DeGrom
You
goes
love his
tonight.
last name, don't you?
Yeah,
You love
2
his last
eyes.
name?
2 eyes.
Hey,
in his last
DeGrom
name.
goes tonight if you want to watch a real fucking treat.
And Simple Man is about to fucking slice and dice, and then they're going to bring in, guess what? The fucking trumpets late. And that is all. Whenever they say curtains, whenever they say bosses, whenever they say trumpets, it's the same damn thing. That thing's over. How you doing? Keep it moving. I did see the Braves, They tried to fucking rub it in Edwin Diaz's face.
Someone was saying that is actually the guy who hit the homer. That's his walk-up song. So maybe
Well,
Edwin
not
Diaz
anymore.
is
Sorry
a big
about it.
old fraud.
Sorry.
Whoa!
Like he's stealing his music from somebody.
How many songs are there?
I like the sound of that. I think I'll use that. Come on.
He's been doing this in Seattle, pal, forever.
Yeah.
You watch baseball, D-Bud, at all?
No, not much, but that intro, I did see that intro. That was hard.
Could you imagine coming in close game? Because the only reason why he's coming in is close game. The whole place doing that, throwing your first pitch in a fucking home run coming and you losing the game. Can't. You have to win.
Yeah.
You have to win with that type of thing. And they're only building. I think Timmy Trumpet's fucking going to the stadium and following him out while he's jogging. The guy that does the trumpet playing.
Electric.
It is.
Electric intro, and you coming out throwing 100. Like, that's dope.
Think about how small, right? Like, if that thing just slips off a hand, it's probably a ball.
Oh, yeah.
So, with that much, like, juice and that much of a production, the ability to go out and still perform, like, and the mental toughness that takes, and I've talked about the moxie. I think that's why I'm so fucking impressed by it. Normally, this isn't a big thing because it's a very stressful position. You're getting in there and just one fuck up potentially blows everybody else's work for the entire. It's much like a kicker. Like if a kicker had a walkout song for a game winner, every game winner, and it went out and missed.
Yeah.
Could you imagine fucking missed? You're walking back to, if it's an away game, you're going to the fucking airport and you're flying back on your own plane southwest if you do that. You have to make it when you do that. So I think I just appreciate the moxie that is, because that's not like a middle relief. He's a fucking closer.
Oh, yeah.
And he only goes in.
Expected to win the game.
He only goes in when it's a close game too, right?
Yeah, right. Well, and like you said, like not necessarily even throwing a ball. Like if you miss your spot by like, the smallest margin, like you're giving up a homer. You throw that hard, like it's kind of like a kicker. You miss your spot by just a little bit, like you're not going to make the field goal.
And that's why you were so pissed off about us just kind of throwing Mariano Rivera to the side.
Yeah, because he's the greatest of all time.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he did that for 15 years,
yeah,
right?
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
What was it, Sandman?
Yeah.
So he would come out to enter Sandman.
Yeah, boom, game over.
Bosses.
Yeah.
Curtains.
One pitch. I'm going to throw the fucking cutter. You're not going to be able to hit it. And he did that for a long time.
15 years.
Yeah.
And Diaz just throws gas?
Yeah, he throws heat. He's got some good off-speed stuff. Nice little, backdoor slider.
Does he have the chance of doing this forever or no?
Not like Rivera, no.
Wow. Because the cutter is different?
I don't know how old he is either, but he would have to do this for the next 15 years. He's already been in the league for a while. Like I think it's different now too. You just you're more likely to. There's so many guys on teams that if you miss a spot are gonna hit a homer.
He's 28.
What's that mean?
That
Is
he's
that
28?
old or is that not old? I don't know. Because people, they live on buses for fucking
No,
15 years.
MLB, that's probably your prime.
Yeah, probably, but it also depends. Like how many years has he played? Like how many pitches does he already have on his arm? That's why you need to like if you're like Rivera was a fucking dog.
Does his arm and elbow hold up?
Yeah, exactly. He was unbelievable from the get-go and then maintained that for his entire career.
Could you imagine that feeling that Diaz gets when that music hits and he's jogging from that? And then Mariano Rivera got there for 15 years?
Yeah.
That's what puts you through training, right? That feeling, like almost chasing, I'm going out here. It's a full production. And I'm going to throw fucking 101 on the court.
Yeah.
Like, that just has to be a pretty awesome feeling. And then I just hope I'm not even putting it in. I'm not even saying 7. I'm not even saying 7 at the craps table. But if somebody does, first pitch, boom, again, I hope that doesn't stop him. I hope he fucking does it.
He'll have a blown save. Mariano Rivera had a few blown saves.
Yeah,
over
for
his
sure.
career.
It's going to happen. You're going to get got
Playoffs.
eventually.
Yeah. How often can closers pitch? Can you go every night?
Every night?
Game?
They usually don't, but like here on out for the rest of the season, if high leverage situations, he's going to be pitching.
They don't go every night mostly because there's not a save opportunity every night.
Right.
So.
Save opportunity is what? 2 runs?
3.
Yeah, 3 or less, and then if you throw 2 innings, it can be a save situation too. Like there are a couple different ways.
You got to be ready at all times too. That's so tough. You got to always
Every
be
night.
ready, and then you're not going to play a lot of times.
Every night going to the game, you have to
And if your time's coming, it's 3.5 hours from now when the game starts. Like
and
he's sitting there.
massive pressure.
Yeah.
So that has to be a long fucking season.
Yeah.
That has to be
yeah.
a long, mentally, energy-wise, every night I'm potentially up. He's been playing since 2012, I guess, is when he entered the minors.
So,
Is that a long time, 10 years?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
28. Shit, you got another 10 years in him.
How was he before this season?
Okay, so he was good playing trumpets, playing narco. He gets traded to the Mets, right? Mm-hmm. They don't let him. He gets new music for whatever reason. I guess he stunk. They started calling him Ed Luz.
Oh, shit.
They started calling him Ed Luz Diaz. This guy, Ed Luz Diaz. New ownership, new energy. Bring Narco back. Hit the trumpets. Guy's undefeated.
I think a big part of it too is like just being a game. Like this is the best the Mets have been in a long time, and it's like it's a lot easier being a closer where like
matters.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, guess what? Years before, if you're closing, it's like, well, it doesn't matter because the team's gonna win 70 games. So like, yeah, my individual stats will be good, but now it is like, hey, they need to win these games. They have a legitimate shot to win the World Series.
He's a big time player. I just need a little bigger moments.
Well,
I just need a couple bigger moments.
You got to do it in the playoffs now. That's kind of the other part of it.
It's a playoff atmosphere every night he comes out there with those fucking trumpets, pal.
Not in August.
Mariano Rivera won a Cy Young in his second season in 1996, and he closed all the way till he was an All-Star in 2013.
God damn.
95 to 2013.
He didn't make an All-Star game for 17 years?
No. How many All-Star games did Mo make?
Oh, I don't know. Fucking 15,
all of them?
16.
Yeah, 17, 18. Fucking best, one of the best pitchers of all time.
What was it? How old was he? I think you're going to ask. How old was he whenever he stopped?
He might have retired around 40.
So, to your
43. He was
No, he won the Cy Young. Did you have to be a starter? He used to be a starting pitcher?
No.
Oh.
He won Cy Young as a reliever.
Hey, they're talking Edwin maybe.
To the point.
Cy Young conversation.
He's coming in the game. Ball game's over. He's striking out the fucking side and the game's over.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So he was 43. This guy's 28.
This guy ain't fucking Mariano Rivera.
Plenty of time.
He's got nothing but
That's the
time.
point. Yep.
Trumpets for fucking another 13, 14 years.
Win the Cy Young this year.
Hey, I'd love to see it.
It's gonna be fun.
I'd love to see it. I really would.
Ty is super critical of everybody that's not a Yankee. I'm bringing up Ohtani probably a year ago. I'm like, hey, this is the GOAT right here.
I've walked that back.
I've
walked that back.
Yeah, because he might be a
Can
Yankee.
we get him the fuck out of LA though? Like,
He needs to be a Yankee.
He might
He
be
does.
a Yankee at some point.
Unfortunately, I do not think he is going to be a Yankee. Maybe like 6-7 years down the road.
Oh, but there was a couple months ago, maybe you thought he was going to be a fucking Yankee, didn't you?
Well, at the trade deadline, maybe, but he's eventually going to be a free agent, and the Yankees are going to have to make a decision, and they're not going to sign
He's still
him.
second in the AL MVP this year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's fucking show. He's the greatest baseball player of all
Ever.
time. All time.
Ever. Easily.
He's doing stuff like who? Babe Ruth? Oh, is he considered?
Why don't they tell some people what's happening?
Well, because the team he's on stinks somehow. They got Mike Trout. Yeah. Nobody knows he's great. He's on that team. Shohei Ohtani's on a team. Nobody knows he's great. And their team sucks. You got the two best. How does their team suck? I don't understand baseball.
Pitching is very important.
Yeah, they got Thor, though. I thought they got that.
They traded his ass because he kind of stunk.
Their pitching stinks.
How?
Pitching's very important.
Bullpen
What
stinks.
the
And then
hell?
the Angels the other day hit 7 solo homers and got beat.
Jeez.
Hit 7 home runs and lost the game.
Get on fucking base.
Baseball
Somebody.
sucks.
No, strike somebody out. I think is
Bingo.
what we're saying.
I saw one
part
of the
of it.
Quaid brothers pitched. He was a math
Dennis?
teacher or something. He pitched when he was like 38 years old for the Devil Rays.
Yeah.
That was rookie of the year.
Yeah.
It was
Bring him back.
Throw the heat, Dad.
Yeah. At the
Son says
Rangers
that.
game.
Dude, how about Edwin Diaz for the next 12 years fucking running out with those trumpets? Is that what are they going to sign Timmy? Are they signing Timmy Trumpet to a 10-year deal?
Tebow?
No.
Timmy Tebow?
They tried.
Again, he was already on the Mets.
They tried.
Yeah. Couldn't hit that curve.
I'm not talking about Tim Tebow.
Couldn't
I'm talking about
hit the
Timmy
curve.
Trumpet. Timmy Trumpet's going to be in
Couldn't
City
field the
Field.
fly
Tim Tebow was not. Whoa.
Yeah, I remember
Is he retired
Tebow
from baseball
getting
officially yet?
Yes.
bonked on the head with a
Tebow was
fly ball
retired.
left field.
Freaking stump.
Whoa, Darius, don't
Thank
join this
you.
team.
Thank you.
Yeah, had a
Darius, don't let this negativity.
Edwin's a free agent after this year, so
Oh.
Well,
If
if
that
anyone
is-
can pay him, it's the Mets. Again, we'll see. We'll see.
Edwin Diaz is going to be a Yankee?
No,
Why?
they don't fucking need him.
You don't need the best fucking closer in baseball?
Right now, they do need him. They're the back,
Oh,
end of their bullpen has not been great.
So if my guy, Edwin Diaz, was to potentially venture over to your team, and I became a fan of your team, you'd be okay with it? You would not be a problem with that?
If he can fucking close the door, I'd be okay with it. But, I'm not going to, bend over backwards and smooch this guy's bunghole because he's had one good season. Especially if they're going to pay him $50
Why do you need to do that?
$50 million.
Smooching everybody.
Also, while we're on it, you haven't played it yet today. We'd be remiss if we didn't say,
T's and P's.
Yeah, David Basigia, or however you pronounce his name. I hope you're doing okay, pal.
Let's please. Everybody please be quiet. Everybody please be quiet. This happened last evening in Milwaukee.
Right.
Oh shit,
dude. That was the sound of a man going down a slide. 200 miles an hour.
Can we show the video? Can we show it?
Impact.
What, did he break his wrist in 6 ribs?
He broke a couple ribs and broke his wrist.
In
Yes.
Milwaukee.
Can you zoom in on this, Zeke or Mitt?
Is this the one? Like the one dude had a couple where he was jumping down the big slide. It's not. It's a different thing.
So we don't know what this slide normally goes at. I think what's his name? Bruce Brewer.
Bernie the Brewer.
There he is. Brewer. He goes, it's gonna be blurry, huh?
Oh, this from the game.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it. It's blurry as fuck. That's not on you, Mitt. That's 100% on the camera. Yeah.
Hey, come on.
Come on.
Wake up.
This thing sucks.
Move the phone in and out.
Yeah, maybe move it closer. Further. Anyways. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Don't move. Dude, the holy craps are real.
Holy crap!
See,
Holy
I
crap!
saw it without the audio. I saw that without the audio.
You did.
So hold on. I heard it without the video the first 5 times I've seen it. Ty was watching it. Ty was watching it on his computer on his laptop facing that direction. I was in the kitchen over here, and all I hear, literally Ty's watching it, dying, restarting it from the beginning every 7 seconds. Holy crap!
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Those are actual sounds of a man that he would make if an airplane was going down.
Yeah.
You know, they say like your last moments of life, what would you sound like? What would you do if you knew that like catastrophe was on the horizon? That dude knew he was in a bad spot. And did somebody bamboozle this guy? Is that what that slide normally does? 75 miles an hour with no bottom in there?
No, like I said, when Bernie the Brewer goes down after the Brewers hit a home run, usually it's a nice little joyride, and then he gets to the platform at the bottom and kind of pops up and gives like a fist pump. I'm not so sure this guy wasn't like, we need speed. I need you guys to go out there.
Sabotage.
Well, that's possible.
Saboteur.
Can we get Kirkjian on this slide?
Kirkjian would evaporate into dust if he hit that wall going as fast as this guy was.
All right, I'm sending this to the group. We're gonna get a strike for it.
Oh man.
Let's just
Someone should go down head first.
We should watch this. I mean, the people on my phone, not good enough. We should also run this again.
Yeah.
These holy craps are the most genuine holy craps I've ever. By the way, haven't heard holy crap in a long time.
Yeah.
Respect him, respecting the FCC.
Right.
You know what I mean? And keeping crap in there. And maybe that's how he speaks on a regular basis. Impressive discipline on the word choice there. This dude was full-blown panic, though. For good reason.
From the jump.
How about his arm Segura?
Yeah.
Right, like Tom Segura, his arm just says, you know what, I quit, goes up underneath. And his arm, I think, is what breaks his ribs.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
if he hits that wall flush, I think not a problem. I think his arm in which he broke also broke his ribs, which all came from the fastest slide of all time. Hit that thing.
Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap!
Bro. He's sitting on like a potato sack.
Yeah, exact burlap sack, which they greased up with Crisco before he went down.
Can we run it again?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to get us a strike, so we might as well see it a few times.
Can we slow-mo the end?
I don't think we can slow-mo it, but Darius pointed out something at the very end of this. Go ahead and run it.
Crap! Holy crap! Holy crap!
Okay, so anytime you're doing that, Darius.
Is he crying?
Anytime, Darius.
Anytime you hit the body part with one of these, if that scratch right there, you fuck something up.
Super deep stretch, trying to get to it. Oh my God, it's just a bruise, just a bruise. How
That's a hard hit.
Yes,
It's impact.
he knew it was coming to him. Like, did he not know a wall was down
He
there?
didn't know how to
teach
fall,
your kids how to
obviously.
fall. Yeah, you
You gotta know. You gotta tuck your arms in, bro.
You guys think the end was the problem? This motherfucker was coming in sideways from halfway up. Go from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
At the bend here.
I mean, shit, if he is
Sideways.
Yeah, but he couldn't control that.
Dude, he caught a two-piece from that slide.
Feet first would have been worse.
He caught a two.
that's what I'm saying, AJ. If he comes straight off, it might have been worse.
Well,
if he comes any,
what if his legs just shattered?
Snap both of his legs.
if he comes any hotter, he's going off the side of the slide.
That's why he's
down
yelling,
into
holy
the
crap.
ballpark.
Oh, he thinks he's way
worried,
too
like,
fast.
hey, I'm going off the edge of this thing and falling to my death. It's like a 70-foot drop to the bottom.
We have to say the guy did break the shit out of his arm and 3 ribs, but he finished the game.
He did.
Did an interview like this with a
Fucking Henry Rowan Gardner with his arm sticking up. And of course, no more Garcia Parra and his play-by-play guy were just laughing their asses off.
Pissing in his face.
All right. No, I think. How could you not? I mean,
this
guy survived. I mean, he's got a lot of therapy he's going to have to go through, but mentally, I think from this slide bullying him,
right,
and then also his arm. I mean, that thing was.
It's gonna be a long season.
Oh yeah, it is gonna be a long season. A lot of games left.
With that shit, ribs.
Oh. Go ahead, run that one more.
Crap! Holy crap! Holy crap!
Oh man. You gotta tuck your arms in, man.
It doesn't matter. You're running into a cement wall.
Bro, how about the one side of the slide hit him, and he was boom, responded, goes to the other side, and then that kind of sent him into a whirlwind.
Yeah, topsy-turvy.
And then boom.
It's just a broken arm instead of broken arm and broken ribs.
Oh, no ribs?
No, he did. Yeah, we're just talking about if he would have.
He was worried he's going over the edge right there.
And right here.
Well, his head kind of was. Go back to the beginning. His head almost clears.
I wouldn't feel super safe right there.
Well, I mean, his head's way.
I mean,
holy crap!
So close.
Holy crap!
You think he'll do it again?
Boom! He's back for another one.
Oh, they set him up.
Oh,
first time.
Like broken hip almost. It could be too.
That's impact right there.
That had to hurt so bad.
Oh my god!
Put a guardian on this guy.
Well, that's what I think. Yeah, but they need a guardian next time going down the slide. Barry Brewer better have a fucking helmet on next time he goes down. He doesn't know it, but
did someone lube this slide up or something?
Yes.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Bernie the Brewer was like, "Oh, okay, you son of a bitch, you want to do my job? Let's see how you fucking fare." Zooming down this thing like you're at a time trial for the luge in the Olympics.
Basket Brewer says, like, "Hey, I know you're coming in here with no more Garcia Parra, and you're from LA, and you got the camera crew. It just looks so easy when I do it, don't I? Good luck out there." And he gave him the fifth gear.
Yeah, he did.
Watch this.
Happy, he's alive.
He's alive.
DV, Dave
Vizage, yeah.
Attaboy, Dave.
He's the last news person going to ride that thing.
No, I think
they're
now
not going to have anybody else on it. You kidding me? Like, what happened? What if someone dies on that slide? What do the Brewers?
Which, by the way, how is that not happening?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
If he's head first, what if he slammed head first into that thing? See ya.
Well, if the legs went first, we do wonder if
his legs go right through his butthole, probably gone.
Exactly.
That'd be tough.
Both his
It's
legs.
good he didn't go feet first. There's nowhere for your feet to go.
Bunghole. This show sucks. You hear me? Smooching bunghole
Bending
earlier.
over backwards.
This is. All right, let's get out of here. I'm about done with this show. You hear me? Yeah, I'm done with it.
Think
Today.
Caboli covers the Pirates at all? So they play the Brewers and get
He
him
has
on
to.
that slide.
Get Caboli on the goddamn
slide.
Yeah,
Brewers slide.
right now.
Caboli hitting that wall. That
I'll
wall has
donate-
no
I'll donate
idea.
money
Pray
for
for
that.
the wall.
That wall has no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Caboli's coming down.
You're going to have to
going
stack
through
some
it.
pads.
Holy crap.
Holy Caboli.
Holy Caboli. This show. D-Bot, thanks for stopping by, man.
I appreciate that. It's fun, man. It's going to be a great season.
Hell
Can't
yeah,
wait.
we'll see a lot more of you, which is good news for everybody. Big thanks to the Feel the Beat participants, Sheena Quick, Matt Schneidman, Mark Caboli.
Caboli.
It'll happen one day.
This is 2 weeks in a row where we haven't been able to connect with Mary Kay Cabot.
Well, Jimmy Haslam had a presser, right?
Right at the exact time. I mean, I don't know what Jimmy Haslam's deal is, but I mean, I
We
understand.
definitely ruined her video when we tried calling her for sure. She's probably recording with us.
Definitely.
That's on us.
No, Mary Kay Cabot's a profesh.
Yeah, she's got
She'll
two,
be
right?
fine.
One for
Cabot.
calls, one for video.
That's how you pronounce it.
What's so funny, AJ?
I don't know if she goes by Mary Kay Cabot, but I like it.
Well, we would like to inform everybody that we have the utmost amount of respect for Miss Cabot.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cabot, Cabot, we don't know. We would like to find out and chat with her because she is the insider for the Cleveland Browns. Pretty big storyline. And hopefully we'll be able to have her on the show next week.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow.
I mean, the wild day in Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah.
Understandably so. She could have come
Yeah, very, very busy.
Probably
day.
the wildest of all time.
In Cleveland?
Yeah. Except for when they picked up the team and left.
What's the reaction? Is that all they're talking about, we think?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Uh-huh.
It's got to be.
No question.
So we failed sports media today. We talked about it. We talked a lot about it.
Yeah, we did.
Open
Whole
up.
first hour.
Yeah.
You led the show.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look at us.
Plus,
Here we
they're,
go.
they're probably talking about the Big Ten, too. It's probably those two things. We talked about both those.
Oh, no, we didn't. We didn't talk to AJ
Oh, yeah.
about it. AJ, Big Ten, 10-year, $7 billion rights deal with CBS, NBC, which is going to include Peacock, and Fox, which is going to include Fox Sports 1. Every game is going to be able to be watched, I assume, which is good news for everybody in the Big Ten, all Big Ten fans. But this also means what? New teams are coming in. Ty Schmidt said earlier, this means probably Notre Dame is coming down in the Big Ten. They know that. That's why they're negotiating these deals and why there's so much money coming in there. What are your thoughts on it? This is huge for the Big Ten, right? This is good news. It's going to be Big Ten and SEC, the only two last in the dance, you think?
Yeah, I think it's huge for the Big Ten. Yeah, if Notre Dame wasn't really nudged in that direction, this definitely helps them, I would imagine, come to the Big Ten. But also, for the Big Ten, you're on every platform. Noon, you're on Fox. 3:30, you're SEC, or you're going to have CBS. And then at nighttime, what's it going to be on NBC and NBC Sports?
Yeah, probably.
You can watch Big Ten all day long on all different platforms, too. So it's going to get to so many. It's going to be huge for everyone, I think.
You guys just want to watch Ohio State just beat everybody by 50. You can do it all day.
You'll see that at noon a lot, and then 3:30. Who knows who's in that slot? Maybe Kirk's dogs.
Is anybody else going to be good from the Big Ten, Ty? I hear
Well,
about
Ohio State, Iowa will be tough as they are every year. I'm trying to think of who. Michigan. They're always pretty decent.
Michigan's going to be
Michigan
real
State's
good.
Purdue and Indiana will win a big game.
Yeah,
here
Minnesota will
and
be fun for the start of the year, and then the snake oil will wear off in late November, and they'll kind of,
delivery. Spot on.
Those other top Pac-12 teams, you got to assume, join too. Like Oregon, Utah. They might as well just jump in. They make a West division.
What was that sound? You don't want Oregon in there? Wow.
They do, but how many more West Coast teams are you going to get?
That's because Oregon beat Ohio State last year.
Oh, yeah, in the shoe.
Ohio State.
In the horseshoe.
Still bitter, eh?
Wow, sorry about it.
Yeah, I'm super bitter. You're
Maybe
right.
talk to the drum major who busted fucking face right before the game started and kind of ruined the entire vibes of the Ohio State team.
Calm down.
It was.
Yeah, that was.
That was the original. We didn't have as good a microphone on him. He was the original. Holy crap!
Holy crap! Holy crap!
That would be impossible, by the way, with that big ass hat, sprinting down cement like this.
It's a steep decline.
Yeah, your stadium is set up for
Remember
failure.
we had to push that thing up?
All the way, yeah, it's fucking
It
miserable.
was like the camera crane.
Yes, and it's like this. So that guy's kind of running down full speed, probably 13 miles an hour, you think? 12 miles an hour?
At least.
It's full sprint.
Yeah. Got to be an athlete.
See ya.
Yeah.
Lose to Oregon. That's all she wrote. Sorry about it. See you later.
Nice try.
Ryan
All eyes on that person against Notre Dame this year in the opener.
You're damn right. All eyes on that person all the time. We actually just learned David Thornton, former drum major.
DT.
David Thornton, Indianapolis Colt, Tennessee Titan linebacker. You know who he is?
Yeah, of course.
Stud. He's now the director of player personnel. There's a social media account called NFL Legends, and it was Fun Fact with NFL Legends was a segment, and DT popped on my right onto my screen. I'm like, fucking DT, I love this guy. Fun fact about me is I was a drum major in high school. So we obviously yesterday saw DT, and we had a 10-minute conversation about how he's full of fucking shit. There's no way. What'd you do, take your pads off? And he said, yeah. He said he did. He said that was unbelievable to learn about DT. But by the way, NFL athletes are NFL athletes for a reason. Guys can do remarkable shit out of nowhere.
I've heard of guys doing that in high school, like, oh, yeah, he took his shoulder pads off and played the trumpet at halftime. Like, I don't think my coach is going for that.
I don't think that guy made the NFL, though, that guy.
No, I don't think that guy, he did not make the NFL. Maybe it might have been Kid Rock.
Bob ain't
play
playing
every
trumpet.
instrument.
All right, AJ.
All right.
Bob plays pretty much every instrument.
Did Kid Rock crack into your life back in the day when TRL was doing his thing?
Absolutely not.
No. Ball with the ball?
I did see Kid Rock. I was watching Woodstock 99 on Netflix.
Yeah.
That documentary's good.
Yeah, I'm 2 episodes in, so Kid Rock, Korn, Fred Durst and the boys were on there. Red Hot Chili Pepper, I think James Brown, like they had. It was a shit show though.
Limp Bizkit doing a little. Did it all for
They
Norky.
created all the chaos. It was crazy.
They were like the closer.
They were
the
pissed
headliner.
they were pissed at him. Like, I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. That's what he showed up.
Fred Durst, he's gonna cause chaos.
Burn this shit down.
Burnt that
Have
shit
you watched it yet?
Yeah. No, I've not. I saw
Captain of Chaos.
the trailer. Dude, I was in Chicago at the same time that he was performing. Fred Durst was performing. I guess he dressed like a 90-year-old man on the stage. He had khakis on, like these old glasses.
He's still performing?
That's by the way, I was
Crushing.
2 blocks away.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, my wife and I, very flabbergasted. Fred Durst is, why are we not here? sold out, couldn't get in. Then a picture comes from the concert. He has these old glasses on. He had like a 3/4 zip thing on, khakis, and like old man shoes. And I'm like, Fred Durst's a fucking icon, dude.
Yeah.
This
Still
guy's dressing like a 90-year-old man going out there, and I bet you the whole crowd is just.
Oh yeah.
That crowd. I mean, the crowd looked. 200,000+ people just. That shit was wild.
Well, I saw the trailer, and it was anytime you got Kid Rock doing a full punch with the mic and a jump, you know, and saying what his name is.
Came out in a fur coat too. It was like 130 degrees out there.
I didn't know this. Did you know that AJ, Kid Rock, pretty close?
What?
Really?
Right.
Yeah, we just learned about this. The Nicolas Cage head to Aaron Rodgers comes obviously from another news outlet when the source of the actual thing was
I
on
texted
this.
you
Not live.
after the show.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's good. That's great.
I wasn't 100% sure that was art. I thought maybe somebody else sent that to him.
You thought maybe multiple Nicolas Cage heads were sent to Aaron Rodgers.
That's why I sent a text. I didn't get a text back from my wife until after the show. I was like, hey, did that get there to Aaron? She's like, yeah, why? And I said, okay.
Oh, so you thought maybe the one that we showed during the show of him holding, Aaron's holding a thing that you sent to him, Nicolas Cage's head.
It's a headphone holder, yeah.
You weren't 100% sure if that was the one that you said maybe somebody else sent that same
Yeah,
exact.
because my wife saw it in like a magazine. She's like, look how sweet this is. We should send it to Aaron. I said, yeah, of course. I assumed thousands and thousands of people may be doing the same thing.
All right, you just need to know, I think, and this is tough news for you, especially at the age you're at. Your brain, probably not similar to others. You know,
Thank you. Thank you.
Exactly. That's a compliment for
Go to
sure.
hell.
But you did kind of fuck the show a little bit when we were like, wow, what could it be?
Yeah. Oh,
And you said, I think it's a headphone
Headphone holder, that's cool.
Headphone holder, which is what it was.
I forgot we sent it. It took a while to get there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, Nicholas had no legs in that thing. But you're also boys with Kid Rock. I didn't know that.
How am I boys with Kid Rock? Yeah, of course. I've told you about the picture. We've showed that.
You guys brothers?
Hey, this guy's not happy you're getting a photo with Bob. This guy right
Which
here,
one?
over your shoulder looking.
I don't know who that is. I know right there. No, he's our security right there.
Oh!
That's Jason. He's the man.
He is the man.
He came to a Bengals game.
All right, well, I hope you guys won.
Hope you enjoyed
But
it.
yeah,
Sweet.
Kid Rock said.
AJ, what's going on with your left ring finger there, dude? Look at that thing just popped up on there. Does he have a broken collarbone or is that your
Where?
Well, your finger can't bend all the way, so it's kind
I wasn't flicking off the camera. He was. He did. I don't know if he wanted me to or not.
Did you ask Bob a question or just talk to Kid?
I don't know which one I was chatting with.
Looks like Kid. Though.
Come on. What do you mean?
I don't know. All right. I seen Bob at SummerSlam. Gave him a high five.
Yeah.
Putting on.
And then he turned into Kid real quick.
That's right.
He thought you were going to call him on stage.
Made
You're up
out
in
with
that
that
ring.
woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going crazy.
Bananas.
Yeah.
That's because his name is. You hear that song?
Is that it had like a little lead up to it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He rides a wiener to space.
Yeah. Have you
That's
heard
not
We the
that
People?
song.
That's not that different song.
That's a different song. Yeah.
We the people.
Kid Rock has really become a.
Fuck Fauci.
Yeah.
He says that in it.
Yeah. That's what he just said is why Kid Rock gets so much talk on this show because Kid Rock is taking full. He was Kid Rock's trying to run for president there.
Yeah.
Hey,
He was running for president.
Bob-
Might still.
Bob's going to talk to him, though. He might turn on
All right.
new leaf.
Let's get out of here. We're back tomorrow. Much better show. Nice feel good Friday, and then Je m'appelle Pat has to travel to Montreal.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Going to Canada tomorrow. Huh? Going to Canada. I'm an international world traveler.
Yeah. Big deal.
Just heading up to Canada
Don't forget
tomorrow.
your passport.
Got my
Michael
passport.
Scott.
Had to find it actually.
Yeah, I figured.
Thank you. I'm cultured. So you know the McAfee minute thing I do during commercial breaks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to do that in French tomorrow night.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait.
Bonjour Montreal. Ça va? Ça va? And then I'll say I have to go to the bathroom. And I'll say where's the library? And then I'll say you guys are the best. And then oui, in the middle of oui. You know, I'll be a fucking French icon tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Pumped.
This is why you take 4 different classes of French for this moment tomorrow night.
Without a doubt.
Nice.
Glad that they always
I'm taking
taught
French
us
right
how
now.
to ask
Are
where
you
the
really?
library
Yeah,
was.
Duolingo.
Nice.
I'm on a 12-day streak right now, so just started.
Is it an app?
Yep.
It's like Rosetta Stone.
Why'd you choose French?
Well, I'm actually doing Spanish and French. But Spanish
Nice.
first, so every
Don't-
like
this is
4
French.
Spanish lessons I do
Don't
French.
they ask La Biblioteca?
That's Spanish.
Yo soy dolor de cabeza.
Where's what?
Where's the library at?
Where's
Hello.
The library. Bibliothèque.
I haven't gotten there yet. I'm only in unit 2.
How much French do you think you know right now?
Oh, no, not much at all.
Really?
Je suis, like, just
Yeah.
what I am, something. I know enough.
Je suis, tu es, vous êtes.
Hell yeah.
No clue what you said.
Yeah, see, those are all the different forms of like I,
Yeah.
us, you, me, all that shit.
Is that what you took in high school? That was your foreign language?
2 years of it, and then in college I had to take a foreign language. So I said, I'll take French because I already took 2 years. Turns out I didn't recall any of it.
Yeah.
So I was just dropped into these French classes, and the teacher knew I was an idiot. But I learned enough. I went to Morocco after my rookie year, and their second language is French, and I could understand like the gist of what people were saying. Like I knew of the words. No word bank could not respond.
Yeah.
And I needed a word bank
Yeah.
to respond. I feel
like a little immersion makes it easier when you're around people just speaking that. Like I'm in South Florida, so a lot of Spanish speakers in South Florida. So,
how are you in Spanish? Pretty good.
I can pick up on the normal like typical stuff. I'm at a restaurant or a valet or something because you go some places in Miami like English is the second language, so you got to be able to figure it out. So I can pick up on most of it.
I was talking to Dominic Mysterio. He grew up in San Diego, but it was Spanish-speaking community. So Spanish was his first language. English was his second language, but he grew up in America. And like we were just having that conversation. I said, I need to learn more Spanish. I said, Dominic. I said, all I got is aquí estamos, mi amigos. And he said, yeah, you're in your accent in which you said that. Sounded terrible too. Yeah, he said the accent and how you say things.
Yeah,
much more important to like making people make you not look like an absolute idiot as opposed to what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I think like that's the only thing with French I kind of have is like how the language is said. I sound like the biggest gringo of all time, I think, whenever I try to get into Spanish. But that's a language I would like to learn at some point. I think it's a big deal. Zito, you need to relearn it, that thing.
Yeah.
Be great. We got a Spanish listening guy here.
Yeah.
Not a Spanish speaking guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Zito can't speak it. He can listen to it, though.
Well, actually, that's
French
important too.
because there will be 5 different words and they all sound the exact same.
Yeah. French also sucks because it works in a couple places.
When are you going to use it?
In the place that it works, they hate you.
How do we learn Italian? That'd be pretty cool.
Well, we kind of do.
Over
When
my
are you going to
body.
When are you going to use that?
Don't we kind of know Italian?
Yeah, we do. No, yeah, you do.
Don't we? I think
we do.
Just like they say with the accent.
Ciao.
Yep.
I think like Italian's the same thing in delivery.
What are you doing there? What is that?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 90% of
Italian
the
folks
language.
knew what I was saying right there. That's the thing that you
We knew
whites.
how you were saying it.
Well, yeah.
Whites.
Yeah, I'm
You pointed to me.
yeah. Listen, you non-Italians, you fucking uncultured swine. You uncultured swine. Huh? What's that, Nick?
Medigans.
Exactly. You heard him.
Yep. He said it.
I know what that means.
I'm not a full-blooded Italian like you are.
Well, I'm not full-blooded Italian either. Fucking have a little
Close
respect.
though, right?
Oh, 0.1%.
Closer than you.
It is. I'm on my way. I had chicken parm last night. What do you want from me?
Wow. Fazzols?
Huh?
Fazzols?
Nah.
What?
Mahjons.
Mahjons.
Come on.
Mahjons.
Delicious.
That is quite the step up from Fazzols.
Whoa. Slow
No,
down.
Mahjons are respectable.
So this
Breadsticks
is
sound amazing right
It's
now.
not all the way up there because it's still
Giuseppe Fazzoli would slap the shit out of you.
I don't know if that's his name. It's
still
Fazzolini.
Yeah, Carl T. Fazzolini.
Excuse me.
You know any Italians? A lot of Italians? South Florida?
Yeah.
A lot of Italians in Florida, right?
Yeah.
A lot of Italians.
A lot of my
Sabby
neighbors
Piscatelli's down there.
are Italians.
Piscatelli's
love
in
Saturday.
Miami?
Huh?
I didn't know he made his way down there.
All right, we're out of here. I've got some Italian shit to do with my Italian friends.
Of course.
What are we going to do? Gamble.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some Italian shit.
Yeah. Grade some cheese.
You can't say that.
You don't have any.
That's what me and my Italian friends do.
No, but you're not allowed to say what you just said. You're from Boston?
Yeah. So we beat the hell out of all of our Italian friends.
No, see, that's unbelievable.
As a fun game.
He doesn't have any Italian friends. He barely has friends that it is.
True, but the 2 Italians that I know that we, hey guys, can we hang out? Shut up, get away from me. Like when we hang
What's your
out,
problem?
we grade cheese.
What's your deal? They
That's
took me
not
into
true.
their community. What's your problem? How come you couldn't do that for them?
No, that's me asking them and them saying no to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to hang out with the two Italians?
Of course. Fart on them and shit.
These the homeless guys you creep on?
This guy's disgusting.
What?
What's your deal?
Dutch oven, something like that.
With your kind friends.
Getting in bed together.
Come on, guys. Saddle up.
Watch a movie, eat some spaghetti.
Pull the cover over your head. And fart on.
What's the deal?
What is the deal?
Let's get out of here.
Tuesday.
Review the popes.
It's actually Thursday.
What?
Very Italian thing.
Of course.
Rome.
Vatican City.
Got to do it.
Why'd they push that one guy out?
Which one?
Previous pope.
Oh, John Paul.
Whoa,
The first, the fifth, the fifth, sixth? Which one?
John Paul was one of the best popes we've ever fucking
Okay.
Okay, Z. Jesus.
Was he? I don't
Yeah.
Nah, there's some popes that have done some shit, I think.
There are. The current one is actually very good, too.
Why is that? Praise the best?
Yeah, and he, like, tries to, like, sneak past the Vatican City and actually go help homeless people and shit. He doesn't act like the Pope. He just acts like another guy.
He does a little kayfabe? He goes out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's progressive, right?
Uh-huh. I think he's the first.
Trying to be a human.
From Argentina? I forget.
Well, whenever that smoke came out of that thing, we all knew it was fucking game on.
That's right. Well, you never know. Da Vinci Code. Angels and demons. Sometimes it's...
Darius, you're a super religious guy. So whenever you think about your favorite pope, what do you think?
Not a super religious guy.
What?
But, nah, I'm not.
How about aliens? They're in right now.
Oh, yeah.
Big
I
time.
mean, they've always been in.
Well, I agree. I concur. But now it feels like we are on the precipice of them potentially coming down and saying hello. You think so?
I think they're amongst us already.
Right now?
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know, but I wouldn't
Brady?
be shocked.
Elon?
Oh, no. Any entertainers out there, you think?
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Entertainers, politicians.
The Queen?
They shifting their shapes?
Probably a couple popes. Who knows?
Whoa.
Who knows? Nobody's off limits. Well, they're not human or aliens or.
Well, I'll tell you what. As soon as we do see one of these aliens, those guys, they're going to be on the chopping block.
The religious guys?
Yeah.
The religious people are going to be in a little bit of a pickle if aliens and UFOs come in. But can't they just say that their God made this universe and and then some other God made the other one?
Well, and who says their God couldn't be one of the aliens who comes back from the planet that's like a long descendant of that?
Oh, it was
planet?
Jesus Christ. You're saying maybe an alien.
Exactly. It's possible.
It'd take a while for them to get on board with that one.
That's why I said they're going to be on the chopping block.
I'm just
Y'all haven't
taking a
seen
shot
those
in
old
the dark.
ass like carvings and shit, like spaceships and
Caves.
Yeah, motherfuckers been here.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah. Men in Black was a documentary.
Yeah, it
Matrix was. All that
Every
shit's
movie's
real.
a documentary.
Every movie?
Especially the Sean Payton
If
one.
you look at it,
Air
the right way.
Bud.
Yes, man.
Yep.
Yes, man.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I think you're getting off track here. He
I
was trying to
Robot.
make.
101
Enemy in the
Dalmatians.
State.
Cruella.
Washiango.
Washiango.
That's the guy that plays Larry Hall. Did that.
Paul Walter Hazard.
Have you seen Blackbird?
No.
Oh,
D-Bus.
D-Bus. Come on. What
What's
are you
that,
doing?
Blackbird?
Yeah.
Yeah, on Apple TV.
It's about a serial killer from right here in Indiana.
Yeah. Free.
Shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Demented
seen it.
fucker.
What do you watch? Do you watch any series or do anything?
What's the last good series? Oh man, that was the last good one. I was really locked in.
That's on Hulu, right?
Hearing a lot about
FX.
Yeah.
Watch
Damn, what's the old dude's name? Is
Hulu
it
by
Jeff-
way
Jeff
of
Bridges?
FX.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeff Bridges.
he's a beast.
It's good.
Really,
but we're
really good.
Unfortunately, can't watch Hulu, so
Because
So FX.
I don't have FX.
does they do have FX Plus?
Do I? Nah, I don't think so. I got DirecTV. It's terrible.
Everything's terrible.
Can't wait till Sunday Ticket leaves.
Yeah, get it
But
to
yeah,
Apple.
Old Man's pretty good.
What is it? Blackbird was good. Terminalist. You seen Terminalist?
Terminalist.
Is that on Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Solid, worth it. The Offer, another one really good.
Severance.
I saw The Gray Man. That was pretty good.
was good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one with the guy from The Notebook killing people.
Gosling, yeah.
Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
I'm not.
Different role.
I know. I'm not tough enough. I'm like, just smack that guy in the mouth.
They're
you know
already
what I mean?
casting for the second movie.
For him.
Yeah.
Is he going to be a badass again?
Oh yeah, it's the same character. Yeah.
Okay, Gosling. Hey, congrats to Ryan. Evolving.
Goss back.
I need to become mentally tougher to get through that. You know, be like, oh,
He
that
sold
was-
his gin for a couple $100 million, didn't he?
I think that's
Yeah,
are you-
Ryan Reynolds.
That's Reynolds.
You prick.
Both are really good looking, but
Both Canadian too, eh?
Hey, I'm going there tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, he might be there.
Hey.
Bring some syrup.
Severance is a good show. It's slow, super slow.
Severance is a great
Succession. Love Succession.
You finish it? There's another one
Didn't
coming
finish
out.
it.
Oh, let's
I got
go.
3 episodes left. Didn't finish it.
Shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
They all die. No spoilers.
We have an update from a story that we chatted about earlier. Bruce the Brewer has responded to DV's near-death experience. Next time, how about we leave it to exactly, Bernie Brewer. I'm so sorry, Bernie.
Put
Bernie,
holy crap in there too.
Yeah, Bernie is the one that souped up the
bingo.
Yeah.
What
were you calling him?
I knew it was a beat. Please.
He said,
No, for real, what were you calling him?
I thought it was Brucey Brewer. That's what I thought I heard in my ear. It's not that. It's Bernie Brewer. Jeez. He's a fucking stallion, that guy, too. Good balance. He makes it look so simple.
Yeah, stash. I mean, look at that thing.
He's half blind going down there, too, with the head on.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Caution.
man, he really did just murder this guy.
0 days since last incident. Oh, yes.
Towels all over it. He knew how it went down.
Is Bernie
Set him up.
Italian?
Think about how many mustache rides he's given.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Talking Bernie Mountain.
Yeah, you think he goes out after the game and doesn't give people mustache rides?
Bernie Sins.
What does that mean, Diggs?
What?
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Look it up. Google it after.
What?
It's too much work.
Mustache ride?
I got stuff going on.
I just Googled. I went to a suck site.
On our website? On our internet?
Yeah.
Can't have it.
Come
Can't do what
on,
you just did.
guys.
See what you
I
just
was
did?
following instructions. That's what happened.
Now we're going to all of a sudden have a system failure because there's going to be an
Right.
error.
Sorry.
Error. That's going to come in.
Forgot to tell the children to cover their ears.
Thank you.
You did it.
That's what we're saying. Next time. Let's get out of here. Darius, safe travels home.
Appreciate
AJ, we'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
See you tomorrow. Good luck. Can't wait to hear you in Montreal with your French.
He's
We-
back.
Wait.
Working.
Wait.
I know.
I thought he was going every other day these days.
Who, AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be on the show tomorrow, right? AJ, you're good tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I'll be here.
Whoa.
I'm here, pirate.
First
Pretty
Friday
good
in
man.
years.
All right, talks to table. He did use the word pirate earlier.
Yeah.
And I like that.
I liked it.
He's
I like
trying
that.
to make it something now. You
I'm
two
a big
great-
Johnny Depp fan
Yeah, me too.
of his movies.
He's coming back to the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Huge
No,
Johnny
that was,
Depp.
that was a fake article, apparently. He is getting.
He does-
He's directing a movie, I think.
He's in a movie right now. It's coming out.
All right.
Some French thing or something.
Oui?
Oh, what do you mean? Some French thing.
What?
Disrespect.
Ça va?
I think he's independent.
Ça va?
Et toi?
Comme si, comme ça. You know what I mean?
Oui.
Je tue. No. Je. See, I got to work on this a little bit.
You'll be all right.
Oh, the movie is Gene de Bede.
Yeah, I knew it.
Just like we thought. See you guys tomorrow. Hammer. Dahn is in 10 minutes. Darius, you're the man. Can't wait for this season. All right, goodbye, everybody.